Welcome. This is episode number 10. We have the usual suspects. I'm Johnny Zero, and Shane McCauley joins us hailing from Oshawa, Ontario. Welcome to the Punk Rock Dadcast. We are not exclusive to dads, moms, or those who can or cannot procreate. We're just two dads who love punk. We're here to talk about punk. Local, unlocal, old, new, large, and small. No rules, no holds barred. Being a punk show, listener discretion is fucking advised. Thank you for wasting your time with us. Questions, comments, want to start a fan club, want to make us stickers, a shrine to our excellence? Email us at punkrockdadcast@gmail.com. We may or may not get back to you. Today on our show, we have Andrew Morrison and Richard Miranda. Is that your real name?
Yeah, it is. That's the name I was given at birth.
I don't know. I mean, I've never asked.
What are you, Facebook?
My real name is definitely not Johnny Zero.
That is true. And
That's true.
I'm trying to think right now what your actual last real name is.
Patty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm
going to cut that out of the... So, we go way back, us folks.
We do.
This may be the first formal official meeting of Shane and these two folks, but I'm sure you've crossed paths about a million times in the punk rock scene in downtown Oshawa and the dungeon, and I'm sure we're going to get into all of that and talk about all that.
That's what me and Andy were just talking about.
Right.
We
over at the bar, but not on the podcast.
The dungeon scenes.
So
So
we're all about the same relative age, within plus or minus 5 or 10 years of each other. Yeah. And I'm really glad you guys came out today to I've been luring you to my basement for the last year or so, and finally you have arrived. The door's locked on the outside. But I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're taking the time. So thanks for coming. Thanks for making the trip. And tell us about yourselves. Andy?
Well, I don't know. I've been an Oshawa resident for, since 99 now. And
where were you from before that?
Rosslyn, British Columbia. I shouldn't give away so much personal information. People are going to start identity thefting me.
I mean, do you have a lot to take?
I might. You don't know. You don't know that.
I don't know.
This man's a homeowner in 2023. He has a lot to take.
We don't use terms like homo here. Oh, homeowner.
No, homeowner. Don't. Jeez.
I was just kidding. Homeowner in 2020. Girlfriend, cats, lots of guitars.
That's right.
I've been to Andy's house. Actually, thank you for bringing back my, what did you have? My Ibanez Art Core.
Yeah, Art Core.
That was brutally murdered by someone else who I'm hoping is not listening to this podcast. But you've done a great job, presumably. I still
haven't even looked at it. I totally did.
I should probably open it up. Yeah. You sent me pictures, and it looks great. And Andy is my definite go-to guy. Should I or shouldn't I advertise your guitar wielding services?
You can advertise all you want,
Andy,
whether I fix your guitars or not.
Andrew Morrison at I'm not going to give your address.
At my
somewhere on Oshawa Boulevard has got his woodshed and is great at fixing guitars. And he actually is also the quality control manager or personnel supervisor. For Gibson, Yorkville, in Pickering, and has recommended a handful of my guitars to me, actually, at least one.
At least got you to buy some stuff. Like
handful sounds better, but definitely the one Gibson 2014 that I've got up on the wall over there. And we've got a lot in common. We love oranges. We love Gibsons.
Punk rock.
Yeah, we love punk rock. So, all right. What else can you tell us about yourself?
I don't know. I play punk rock. I just all around good dude. I don't know what else you want to hear. I should have rehearsed. You guys are so well.
But
you're so well rehearsed.
This is our 10th episode.
Your 10th episode. This is like the first podcast
You should have heard the first one. We were like, we look Beavis and Butthead over here.
And that's exactly me right now.
Our first two episodes are really like pilot.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have to come back to redeem myself at some point.
Married,
bands that you've been in,
married,
bands,
girlfriend, kids, anything like that.
Very much attached to a life partner.
Okay.
And we got a couple cats. We're living good. Like Rich said, homeowner in 2023. So
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Good.
Yeah. Let's move to Rich. I
Yeah,
don't
let's-
know. I gotta think of this.
Yeah.
Rich and I used to be in the same band called Caution Inc.
Yes.
Yes,
Here,
we
Right,
did.
yes,
here in
yes.
Oshawa.
That is
Yes.
largely why I have you guys out here today.
Yep.
Oh shit.
So let's go to Rich. Richard Miranda. Tell us
Hello.
about yourself.
So my name is Richard. I've been in actually quite a few bands with Andrew over the years.
Yeah, Caution Inc.'s not the only band we've been
Yeah.
in
So
together.
what are the other bands?
One was named Doc Ellis,
Doc Ellis, yeah.
Doc Ellis.
a famous baseball player who pitched a no-no on LSD.
Oh,
For real, look it up. It
For real,
actually
Look it up.
happened.
It's a great story.
no shit.
Yeah.
I actually remember reading about that at one time, but I'm
Word.
not a huge baseball fan, so I probably didn't retain that information until it was recollected to me.
Because
So
you
thank
were
you.
on LSD.
But yeah,
Doc
I don't
Ellis.
know. Also a big fan of I guess any different style of punk, like whether it be like punk rock, pop punk, anything like that. I'm just a fan of music in general, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Same here.
So we know each other from Dungeon days, circa 2004, 2005-ish. And you guys were both in the band Caution Inc. with Brian and Warren.
Yes.
Is Warren still doing music?
don't
He's
think
not
he-
doing
yeah.
anything currently, but he's always talking about drums. He's still very much into music.
What's he doing
There-
with himself these days, you know?
Living.
He manages a weed store.
All right.
Right on. So does my buddy Tyler.
Yeah.
All right.
You
And
know
yeah.
what everybody else is doing? Just they're not construction. They're selling weed now.
Yeah,
I mean,
basically.
that's pretty much Durham region.
You know what's funny? Right before I came over, my weed delivery showed up.
What store was that from?
OSC.
No free plugs here.
It's the government.
It's like
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Oh heck yeah! We didn't even go
There
anywhere.
we go.
Barely.
Didn't stop.
You're the only
before.
one I can't hear like super well.
Should I talk
Actually,
closer to the
that's
microphone?
that much amazing.
You
Yeah.
should put the microphone.
You're good where you're at,
put
though.
it-
Should
put
we
it-
restart this? So
No, you're good. I'm doing all the editing, so it's definitely going to suck.
Put the mic in your mouth.
You have no idea how many dudes have sat right where
I-
you're
And
sitting.
done the exact
And
same
then-
thing.
I should have. I needed a photo for our fucking website for that,
Yeah.
which you can find at punkrockdadcast.com.
We could plug ourselves.
Yeah.
We have one camera in this room. And it's right up there.
Is it on right now?
Yeah, always
Yeah.
on.
What?
I have to make sure my kids aren't stealing my Jaeger out of my fucking liquor cabinet at
Yeah.
3 and 5 years
Actually,
old.
yeah. Okay.
Johnny
for-
Patty, the only
yeah.
man with a Jaeger machine in his house I've ever seen.
He has a
I-
Jaeger
oh.
keg. He has guitars on the wall. Like this place is.
Rob this place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rob this place.
Yeah,
later.
we're at Beep Boulevard in Beep. Definitely going to edit all of that out. So, you guys are playing in a band-ish sort of thing. Are you guys planning on doing any live stuff? Who's your singer? What's going on with you guys now? Gregor. Where's he
Gregor's
at?
still a drummer.
Yeah?
on
Still
the
doing
Peterborough.
stuff?
I mean, it's been a long haul. We're just trying to put something together. We got kind of a vision going on, and it definitely leans towards the hard rock side. But we're working on it. But now that we're adults, we have jobs and shit, so it doesn't come
Oh,
together
man.
as quickly as it ever did, and
Don't know.
if it ever did back in the day, like.
You know what sucks and is great about adulthood? What sucks is it's really hard to get shit together like this at our age. Kids or no kids, it doesn't matter. You have to fucking pay for your house. You have to do everything you got to do to fucking survive in this world. What's still good is that you can fucking pay a pretty small amount usually of money and still go and see a punk show.
That's true.
Probably going to stand at the back with your steel toes and like earplugs on. But we're still going to enjoy ourselves. And we do a lot of that, don't we?
That's just you. Because I'm wearing my skate shoes and I'm in the pit
I know.
while you're holding on my stuff.
And you're fucking twice my age.
And I definitely take my steel toes off when I leave work because, like, fuck that, man. I hate.
Mine
keeping
make
my
me
boots
taller,
on.
so I feel better about myself.
So I actually had that on my list. I was gonna ask you guys how you would manage with like job, home life, and being in a band. How you balance it all out. Like if you guys were to tour in a band, how would you balance that out with being?
Is that ever in
job?
your future?
Because of the state of the music industry and everything, when it comes to thinking about touring and seeing how much my friends go on tour and what it costs versus what they gain, at this point I don't think like an extended tour without any payoff is really something that's possible for me at this point, because like Johnny said, you got to pay bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of vacation time do you have with
Yeah,
your
it's like,
current position?
yeah, but when you're also using your vacation time, do you want to use it playing music
And
for
working?
2 weeks in a van?
Yeah.
Or do you
Or do you
want to
wanna
use
relax?
it in some kind of way? Because, like, I work hard now. Like, I got my, I go to work every day and make the money. And
Andy has probably, whether or not it was within the constraints of this basement or not, touched all of my guitars at one point in his life or another.
yeah. Like, so I don't know how much touring would be in my future, but with the state of everything today, it's almost like you can do more from your own house as far as promotion and stuff
For sure.
for your music, because you don't even have to go somewhere to expose people to it. You just have to get it out on the internet now. So
For sure, but
So you've
people
been-
still want to see you.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, like, love playing live shows and everything, but unless there was really a demand, I don't know if I could justify like 2 weeks off right now to just drive around, unless it was something I personally wanted to do. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's just kind of the catch. How much do I want to do it? I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's definitely something I think about, and
It's a tricky.
it's very tricky.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
So they say this a lot when we're young, and we're all not young anymore. But it probably rings true for a guy like you. But I want to ask you this: do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. You've always done what you love.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. You have your days.
Well,
have your days.
you work with fucking guitars every day,
every day, man.
right? Are you fucking sick of it,
Oh,
or
yeah.
oh yeah?
I'm like 17 years into working on guitar.
Shane's about 18, 19 years into his career too.
Yeah.
Working in radio.
I'm not sick of it though.
No.
You know, there's a lot of awesome stuff I get to see and touch, guitar wise. Like, let me.
I have seen some pretty rad pictures of you with some pretty wild guitars
Yeah,
before.
like I've touched guitars touched by my heroes like Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton, Kirk Hammett, and those are really good days. But after a
Few
while,
and far between, hey?
yeah, after a while, I mean, I look at expensive guitars all day and they don't affect me anymore. It's just
Andy was telling us just as we were collecting our Jaeger bombs for our pre-show that he had two Zakk Wylde guitars sectioned off at a portion of his work. Was that right?
yeah.
Tell us about that.
They were. I just noticed them. I mean, it's just so weird going into work outside of work. This, in a podcast, but it's basically just finding a couple guitars that everybody forgot about that were signed by Zakk Wylde, Zakk Wylde's signatures, and I'm questioning what they are because I'm like, these need to get the fuck out of here. Like, what are these?
Taking up valuable space.
What are those?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how my priorities have changed guitar wise, and I'm just like, man, like it's kind of sad, but it's just how it is now, you know. Like I said, 17 years into this game, your priorities change, and you got different things you look forward to. So
17 years. What year did you start working at Yorkville?
2007.
How'd you
6
get
or
into
7.
How'd you get into doing that?
You know Kenny from Black Jacket?
Yeah.
Or Kenny from Double the Pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was drunk at a party one day, and I said, "Give me a job at Yorkville." And he was like, "Show up on Monday." And then I was like, "How about next Monday?" Because I wanted a week off from the job I had.
Nice.
And
What was the job that you had before that?
I was selling rims for American Racing.
Where?
Over the phone in Minax.
Brutal.
Yeah, just like looked up car rims for people, and
I have AR 767 rims on my Jeep.
yes, there you go, right?
So you guys definitely know each other.
Yeah, I probably sold them to you.
The red and blue.
Oh yeah.
Pinstripes around the edge.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
American Racing. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And then he gave me a job, and now I took his job because he moved away, and I was like,
So
"Whoa,
Black Jacket was Kenny, Doug, and Adam, right?
And Kenny Doug and Mike Zermit.
Mike.
Zermit.
He was the
Mike,
drummer.
Black Jacket. Adam Parsons was in that band, wasn't
Adam was in Black Jacket. Yes, he was.
After Kenny left,
Yeah.
he took. So like at the end, it was like Adam.
Yo, and by the way, I was just told that Parsons got a shout out from Ghostface
He
Killer
did.
from Wu-Tang the
Yeah.
other day.
What?
And it just blew his mind.
I know
I
he's
was like,
making
"Holy
beats in
shit."
fucking Manitoba
Yeah.
or whatever now,
Yep.
which is rad. And he owes me a record actually because he was like, comment on this and I'll send you a record. And I was the first one to do so.
Yeah,
he
he
fucking
said
hasn't sent it to me
Ghostface
yet.
Killer
Yeah.
commented on some shit. Like,
But he's
that's
definitely
pretty
got my
fucking rad,
address, so
man.
he can totally stalk me. That's fucking rad.
Right? Yeah.
How did he like use one of his beats or something?
No
I don't
idea
know.
how he just posted this thing. Like there was like in the comments, Ghostface Killer like mentioned something to him, and yeah, he just kind of was like, "You've made my day. Like thank you." And yeah,
It
we
is
just had a
fucking
little
rad
bit of a-
that in this circle we can appreciate punk as much as hip hop and rap, and
For sure.
and like we're all just music dudes.
basically.
Like this,
I think we talked about that too when we had the bartender guy on, Mike.
Mike. Yeah,
Yeah, about just the circle of music.
yeah.
How it all kind of it is actually connected.
We're not all fucking punk like gatekeepers and whatever.
Let's
Not
say not
anymore.
anymore.
Yeah,
not
not
yeah,
anymore.
maybe
Like,
not anymore.
Definitely back in the day, if you told me something like I listened to, and like, okay, I'll start naming guilty pleasures now. Fall Out Boy, right?
You like those guys?
Dude, there is some shit now that I'm like, dude, this is actually a really good song.
I know you guys
Like,
always
parts-wise,
you guys
there's
always
some
used to rip
good
on me
stuff.
so much when I used to listen to Green
Yeah.
Day.
Bro, I used to I used to love all those
I
bands.
would never
still
rip on
do.
you for listening to Green Day, but but like there were definitely like pop punk bands back in the day that I never would have listened to, but now I feel I
Oh, the
hear
respect
songs
here.
and I'm like, shit, this is actually really good.
It's
When you listen to it,
it's
you know?
funny too because I saw Fall Out Boy at Warped Tour in Ventura Beach, California, and I was like, I can't do it.
No,
No,
Really?
that's
I
not
couldn't
one
do
of
it.
you don't like them, eh?
Fall Out Boy, I can't.
I was
do it.
supposed to see Green Day with Fall Out Boy and
Weezer.
Yeah,
Was it
Weezer,
Weezer?
and
Yeah.
the Interrupters.
Weezer's really good.
3 years
live.
ago for the Hella Mega Tour, but then it fucking fell. I still have the ticket,
Yeah,
but
shit.
it fell through with COVID and everything. And I mean, those tickets, my wife bought them for me. They were like $168 a piece for those 4 bands. And now we're trying to go to fucking Frank Turner and the Interrupters at like the Danforth or whatever, and they're like about the same amount of money just for that fucking same show.
And that's not
That's
not
wild.
even
Well,
close
for
to
half
the lineup.
for half the bands, for Frank Turner and
I know.
and the Interrupters, which I mean, money's just different now too. Like we haven't been able to go to big shows like that for like 2 years,
Yeah.
3 years,
It's true.
and now they're trying to make all their fucking money back.
I know.
I can't wait to have your pyrotechnic buddy on
yeah,
the show.
yeah.
He's got this buddy from Claremont.
Yep.
Claremont.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
went to Claremont Public
He used to
School.
do pyro for Blink.
Oh shit.
Shut
Well,
up.
he did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
he did lots of bands, but Blink was the one he got me tickets to.
That's
Nice.
fucking rad.
He went on tour with Blink, did all the pyro.
That's pretty rad.
North American tour.
You know what's even more crazy? Like you're sitting here talking about like how we can appreciate everything. But I think something that's come along more is just the amount. If you stick around playing music long enough, I found, at least in this area, you start meeting these people that you listen to. You might work with them. Like, I got the chance to work with Dave Brownsound from Sound 41.
Yeah.
And through him, I met guys from Pennywise. And
Wow, cool.
it just keeps going on. As it goes on, you meet more and more people, and more of our friends are friends with these people that, you know, when I was 16, I would have killed to get a backstage pass to Warped Tour. And now it's just like these people hang out at bars
And when I was
in
16,
Toronto, and if
I
you
did
know where
have
to
a
go, you
backstage
could go
pass
and
to
meet
Warped
them,
Tour.
right?
And
and I didn't appreciate it.
I think I told you guys in the car right here, like, I used to get backstage passes from Kevin Lehman.
Yeah.
through
For
Ontario
Warped Tour,
Punk
right?
and stuff. Yeah.
And I was friends with Not By Choice, and they were opening for Pennywise one day.
Yeah.
So I was helping Not By Choice load in, load out, and everything like that. And when Pennywise came on, like, I was hanging out backstage in their green room or whatever, drinking beers with Pennywise.
Yeah.
And when they did Bro Him, I was out on stage.
Okay.
You know, I had my arm
Let's play
around-
that one, okay?
I had my arm around the bassist singing Bro Him,
Yeah.
and my brother bought a ticket, and he's way at the back of the Cool House in Toronto.
I was at this show.
And
yeah,
he's
100%.
like, "What the fuck? That's my brother."
It was a good time.
I like, so Dave recorded one of the records for Caution Inc. Probably the only like real serious one we did that wasn't like a. No, we did a couple where we recorded, but I guess that would be our like the Caution Inc. record that if
Yeah.
you listen to us, that was the one you might have still.
How many records do you guys have?
We had like one. We had tons of records that were live and everything.
I see one on Apple Music.
Yeah, that's the one. We recorded another one with a guy out in Bowmanville.
His name was Dez.
Yeah, Dez.
Okay.
Des Asante?
Yeah,
Des
Des Asante.
Asante.
He works
Yeah.
at
Oh, shit, we know
Long
Des.
McQuaid.
Yeah.
And but this Dave one. So one night I become friends with Dave, pretty good friends.
Yeah.
Dave just calls me one night and says, "Hey, do you want to go to Pennywise with me?" And of course I'm like, if Dave's going to Pennywise with me, that means I'm gonna get a chance to meet Pennywise. We get there. The first person we meet is Fletcher.
Yeah.
And like, you guys all know me, you can't see me on the podcast, but like, I'm a big dude,
Yeah.
and Fletcher made me look like a fucking baby, right? I went to
That's funny
shake
because
his
like a
hand.
lot of fucking
Yeah.
punk
Yeah.
dudes are really tiny.
Like I went to shake his hand, and my hand was like a baby hand
Just
in his
the
Oh,
hand.
man.
same.
But I
How does
mean,
he play fucking guitar like that?
Yeah, exactly. Because he also plays an Ibanez, which is a tiny guitar
Right.
to me.
Yeah, short neck
So-
or thin neck.
So this guy, like, I'm on the bus with Pennywise, and never in a million years did I ever think I'd be sitting on a bus, and Fletcher makes me a martini, and I'm just in my head, I'm just freaking out, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
That's wild.
Who's driving, you or you?
I'm driving.
Let's make martinis,
There
and
you go.
we're gonna listen to Bro Him,
All right.
and then we'll talk about Rich.
Cool.
Here's Bro Him by Pennywise.
To all my friends present, past and beyond, especially those who weren't with us too long. Life is the most precious thing you can lose. While you were here, the fun was never ending. Life a minute was only beginning. Captain Coleman Nichols, this one's for you! Yeah! Never get that feeling you can go on. Just remember the side it is that you're on. You've got friends with you till the end. If you're ever in a tough situation, we'll be there, no hesitation. Brotherhood's our rule, we cannot bend. willing to go to the bottom. You know who it is, you can count on. Someone will pick you up again. We can conquer anything together. All of us are bonded forever. If I die, you die, that's the way it is. To all my friends, present, past, and beyond. To all those who weren't with us too long. Life's the most precious thing that you can lose. While you were here, fun was never ending. Last minute was only the beginning. Caroline Colvin never did one for you.
That was obviously the infamous Bro Hymn by Pennywise. And while we were out, Shane took a piss, rocked a piss, and Rich and us were talking about going to Florida and going on a cruise.
Yeah.
So what was this
Well-
cruise? Were you like on a punk rock cruise? Was
It
it one of
was-
those? You recently went to Florida, didn't you?
Yeah.
As punk
So
rock as you can get without being punk rock.
it was actually a wrestling cruise. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
the Chris Jericho wrestling cruise. Chris Jericho himself was on there, and Fozzy played a couple times.
Did you meet
His
did you
band
meet him?
played.
Yeah.
Did you wrestle him?
Because I mean, there's what only.
No, didn't wrestle him. You only get to meet him if you're like,
A VIP.
yeah. So, but I met some pretty cool people. Met some pretty cool people. But
Well, Jem was on the show a while back, and she was talking about the emo cruise that she went on. Where was that out of?
That was episode 3. That was out of, I think she said, was it out of
Wherever the fuck it was out of.
LA?
It was cool because
I think it's the same company
those
that does
those types of
yeah.
cruises, you can meet a lot of
Yeah.
people. I mean, you're stuck in a fucking boat with it.
course.
You can only meet everybody once. But anyway, sorry, I digress. Go on.
No, it's okay. No. I was just saying before we started recording how I've always heard about this, but I experienced it and saw it for the first time. How much selection there is for liquor at a U.S. gas station. It was just things we don't even have in Canada, and it's at a gas station.
though.
I was
Well,
like, what?
How often have you've been touring? You've been touring with you toured with Caution Inc. You've toured.
Played
Have you
some
toured with
shows
any
around.
other? Yeah.
Yeah.
Quebec and everywhere else, right? Were you even drinking age at that point?
This was my first time. Like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
It was like
Yeah,
20s.
because I mean, out in Quebec, you could see that shit at
Yeah.
at a Circle K or,
That's fair.
or whatever, right? Like
Yeah.
at the
Costco.
the Depanneur. Yeah, you get 55 packs of Costco Coors Light for like $100 or something like that.
I would
not,
say-
not even.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say $100.
Not that I
Way
would ever
cheaper
buy
than
Coors.
that.
I'd say I don't think it's anything close to like what you see in the States and other
No,
countries.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
The selection is, but that's why they always say like Canadian beer is so much more potent, right? Because it's like
Fair,
usually like
yeah.
3 and 4% beers over there,
Yeah.
which is wild.
See, so like as I'm walking away with like my 2-liter like Arizona spiked iced tea things.
Fago.
Yes, Fago. My girlfriend has her 4 little miniature like plastic wine bottles. We're just walking along, and the most souped up, massive 4x4 truck just loudly drives by us with "Right to Bear Arms" written in giant letters across the side. I'm just like,
America.
This
America,
place is fucked.
we have arrived. Let's just move here. No, I'm kidding.
Did you guys ever go to Montebello Rockfest?
I have not.
I haven't either.
But one of our good friends, Warren, has gone many times. So we've heard some interesting stories from Warren.
Yeah.
Because that is like
That's your punk rock mecca, isn't it?
you can buy alcohol everywhere. You can
Oh, yeah.
you can
Punk rock
you can
mecca.
drink in
Yeah.
the streets.
For sure.
You can.
Warren was telling us. I remember Warren telling us before, like, people would literally be like, "Oh, like pay me $20 and you can use my shower for 10 minutes." Like,
Yeah.
he would be going to like people's
Yeah.
houses.
Yeah.
I'm like, teach their own.
And
I
you're
guess.
like, I'm a
but-
fucking punk. I'm not gonna use your shower.
Yeah,
Fuck
but like you could
showers.
walk down
$5.
the street and you're like talking to a cop while you're drinking
Yeah.
a beer and smoking a joint, and
Wow.
just shooting the shit.
It's always great when you're in a place where you can do shit like that. Like, you know, down in Vegas, you could like, you know, grab a free drink from the casino and just start walking the strip. And,
Yeah, totally.
Like, you can smoke inside and everything. Like,
Yeah.
that's wild when you can like
Yeah.
smoke inside.
I also
and
love
stuff.
to
I'm
be in
just,
fucking rich
like-
person VIP lounges at the airport.
Yeah,
Right,
I
right.
don't smoke anymore, but like
Yeah.
when I was in Cuba and like they were like, yeah, you can smoke anywhere you want. I was
yeah.
like, what the fuck?
I was recently in
This is magical.
I was recently where was I? Costa Rica, and you can't fucking smoke anywhere there.
You can or
Costa Rica.
can't?
No, you can't.
Well,
Oh,
really?
yeah, I guess I was in Cuba. This was a long time ago
Right.
now. So,
But when I was living in Vancouver, when I moved there in 2007, you
Oh,
could
shit,
still
you lived in
fucking
Vancouver.
smoke in
Yeah,
bars there.
Indoors, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was there from 2007. So right after I first
you
met
could smoke
you
in
guys.
bars when we were going to shows at the dungeon. Like you could still smoke.
Legally,
You remember how like bad
Yeah,
that
yeah,
used
yeah.
to get?
Really?
I okay.
You don't
I,
remember this?
I specifically remember
blocked it.
seeing it was Sewing with Nancy, who then became the reason.
Yeah.
Sewing
Yeah.
with Nancy. Yes,
Yeah,
I
so,
think
like-
I have their album in my bag.
Great band, right?
Yeah.
Great band.
Pull it
They-
out. Not your dad.
Put that away. Put that
Be
away.
more
We're gonna play
specific.
that.
This podcast sounds way too.
Real quick here,
Yeah.
Sewing with Nancy.
We'll play that. We'll play that.
Yeah.
So Sewing with Nancy, the reason was playing a show, and I tweeted them,
Yeah.
and I said something about playing a Sewing with Nancy song, and they were really rude and said we don't play Sewing with Nancy.
When they
Wow,
became the
eh?
reason, they were like, "Don't ask us to play Sewing with Nancy."
So
shit at
I
all,
noticed on Spotify and Apple Music, if you look at their discography, they have a Sewing with Nancy album with the artwork. So clearly they're going back to Sewing with Nancy, like including them.
Yeah.
So I just thought that
Sewing
was funny.
with Nancy was
That
a
is-
great band.
they-
I-
yeah, they
You
were
got
great
to
band.
you got to understand, Shane. Artistically, you might not resonate with those sounds within this portion of your life, but
Yeah.
you might want to cross over to that at a different portion of your life.
But yes, they used to play the Dungeon too.
Yeah,
I
and,
wonder
like,
if I brought it.
I specifically remember like there was a point where they would play all over Ontario, and I remember the singer at one point. It was very smoky dungeon room, and he's just kind of like, "Oh, Oshawa, the dungeon, like the only place left in Ontario where we don't need to have like an artificial smoke machine because there's still
yeah,
smoke."
it was
Yeah.
that bad. Like I remember
Yeah.
nights where you'd be moshing, and
Yep.
then you'd just be like, "Why am I out of breath?" Other than like the obvious me being out of shape.
I remember.
But, like,
I remember
it was
Brian.
bad.
Brian's voice. Like you could see him screaming some certain lyrics, and like smoke coming out of his breath, and like it was just a humid night. Like it was like
Yeah.
just the power of his fucking voice.
The most gross time I was ever in the dungeon. I was watching
Was every
Gob.
time.
I
Oh.
was watching Gob.
Yes.
Gob was playing.
We did a segment on
And
Gob a while back.
The
This-
wall, the
this was
walls
when
were
it was-
sweating.
Yeah,
They
and
were
it
so
started
wet.
to rain inside.
Yes.
And I
yes.
was like,
That's
this is so fucking gross. But it was such a great show. But
Yeah.
I do remember just like
You guys have
looking
been
at
to
the
the same
condensation, looking
Yes.
at the condensation collecting,
Yes.
and then it started dripping, and I was like, "This is so fucking gross."
That's
Like,
not.
It
that's
was
not, that's
terrible.
not fucking rain. That's people's
That's
fucking sweat.
sweat,
It was
sweat,
soaking-
breath, everything.
So soaking wet.
All right.
Oh, it
soaking
was
wet.
so bad.
Okay.
Like,
Post COVID, I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably wear like a fucking mask to a lot of those shows because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fucking gross.
That is. That is.
but like that's what makes it so memorable. I don't like God was great that night, but what like the thing that like really makes it memorable is like it rained inside, and I was like,
and
what
and,
the
and that would have
fuck?
been Jeff Ledger from Good Time Charlie that was the promoter for those shows.
Yeah,
back in
yeah,
the-
yeah. Because we were talking Good Time Charlie on the way up, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Do you
Yeah.
remember when shows had fucking energy?
yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
could go to a show.
yeah, I
and
was a young
literally-
kid. And
Yeah.
I had
Like
energy.
fucking, you would fucking be in a place where it could actually rain inside because it's not just fucking heat and sweat and condensation, it's energy. A lot of the like.
Actually, I will say, although that Gob show was gross, it was totally gross. But like the sweaty summer shows were
yeah.
always the funnest to play.
Yeah.
because like everybody, like when everybody's
You're
just
on,
that
you're on
trashy,
just a different level there.
when everybody's just you're on a different level of relax because you're not worried about sweating or anything because everybody's sweating.
Yeah.
So everything you're more relaxed. But like those
And you're
shows
also-
always have the best energy. Like,
You're also
that is for
young and
sure.
undereducated about
I
other
think-
people's fucking venereal diseases around you.
I think was that the same show we were talking about last week when Accident Prone opened for them?
Probably because at the time, if it wasn't Accident Prone, Lucky Number 7, and
Lucky Number 7. So
like name one more band that was popular at that time. That's the
Not by
bands that
choice.
Not by Choice probably opened for
Yeah,
that whole
something
show.
like that.
do you remember a band called Spinecracker?
Don't remember Spinecracker.
Oh, okay, out of Toronto,
No,
ska band.
Spinecracker.
Oh, okay, really good band.
That sounds like a ska band.
Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't
Yeah.
be. You were talking about Facade on the way up too. I wouldn't be surprised if Facade was on that show.
Yeah,
Lucky Number 7 Facade.
I think
But
Facade always showed up in a black short school bus.
Yeah, they did.
maybe
Yeah.
even Cauterized, but at the time
Toe. Yeah.
probably
Toe.
Toe. You know, one of
Yeah.
those two guys, one of those bands, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure it would be easy to look this up, but we won't.
Yeah, we do about 5 minutes worth of research on every show that we do,
So
and it's
speaking,
usually happening between when we play songs.
can I? Oh, jeez.
Silence that blasted rocket!
You know what? My phone's on silent, but I have
It's the
my,
emergency.
I have my wife.
If the
over
wife-
right-
You're really
yeah,
making
yeah.
editing challenging, Jocelyn.
That's okay. Yeah. I was gonna say, speaking of all these old time shows when shows were really fun to go to, I was gonna queue up a song for you.
Let's
Do you
have
want
it.
me- Do you want me to send it to you?
Yeah, what is it?
Teenage Riot.
Yes.
By the Ataris.
Yeah,
That's a rad
Yeah.
song.
that's a great song.
Yeah.
You could play this. Are you gonna play it right now, or like do I got time to go into? Actually, the Ataris were probably like my first actual big show that wasn't like at the dungeon.
So
Like probably at the warehouse was the first big show, and that was the Ataris, Lagwagon.
oh, I was at that show.
And I lost my shoes at that show.
I was at that show.
I lost my shoes at that show, and I had
Both
to
or
walk
just
to the
one?
GO station barefoot after I lost
That
my
sucks.
shoes.
I've,
that was my
I've
first
lost
one.
a shoe at a show before, and I
I have at least 1 or 3 stories about losing your shoes and having to get back to a ghost station.
so.
Wow.
I've lost a shoe before and had to go home with one shoe. The first time I saw the Ataris, I'll make this a really quick story because I think Johnny has it lined up.
Yeah, we're good.
I was dating an ex-girlfriend. I was,
Nikki?
Yes.
You gonna fuck yeah? I swear to God, she comes up once an episode.
So
Are you still in love with her?
no.
Good quick answer, Johnny. Stop fucking getting people in trouble.
Yeah, you're gonna get me in trouble, man.
I can edit this out.
You think Jocelyn texting now is bad? You wait till after.
Wait till that alarm trend's going off now.
Okay. Yeah. I think we're live.
We're not live.
No, I'm just kidding.
That'd be
No,
sick.
her and her friend and I were supposed to go to Montreal, go train, and then it turned out that she was turned out to be just girls going. So,
So you put on some tits.
After all this time of trying to come up with money, my stepdad at the time finally just said, "Okay." Like my mom took me to Bengo to try to win us money, so I could go to Montreal with them.
Yeah.
And then finally, my stepdad was like, "I'll just put it on my credit card and you can go." And then it turned out that it's a girls' weekend. I was like, "Fuck, okay." So
Sucker.
I really
So you
like.
just have to have a guys' weekend.
I really
right
like-
next to them.
I really like this one song called "All My Fault," but it was by Phoenix TX.
It's a
But
great song.
I was
Yeah,
told it
Phoenix
was the
TX, yeah.
Ataris.
Oh,
So I thought it was the Ataris. So the Ataris were playing the Cathedral in Toronto.
yep.
So I went.
You guys
down-
played there? I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
I played
Yeah,
the yeah we
Yeah,
played
yeah.
the cathedral. Yeah.
So I went down to the Cathedral by myself. Saw the Ataris. Fucking loved them. I bought the first So, fuck, what are...
Their most popular one was probably
So long a story.
the one with Blue
Skies.
Skies and
Blue
Broken
Skies, something
Yeah, those ones.
Exits
for the
or
next
Yeah.
12 exits.
Yeah.
or
I
something,
bought those
right?
2 albums, fell in love with them.
Yeah, because that has like what is it?
San Dimas High School football rules.
It's a rad
When I
song.
was-
Bill and Ted shout out there, right?
Yeah, and when I was in California, I actually, with a different ex, Johnny,
Not Nikki.
drove
sorry.
out to San Dimas. I have a picture.
Your other ex's name was Johnny? That's kind of weird.
No. No, this is the this is the.
I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that.
This is the dead girlfriend.
I just didn't know.
We drove out to San Dimas, and I have a picture of me in front of San Dimas High School football rules. I mean, San Dimas High School.
You're just
That's
so
cool.
conditioned to saying that.
Excellent.
Yeah, I
Rules.
know.
That's all I got to say. Excellent.
So it does exist.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I love the Ataris. They're my top 3 favorite bands.
All right, let's
Top
play.
3. Wow.
Yeah.
Let's get into top 3 when we get back.
Oh yeah, I love
Alright,
it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Some Teenage Riot by the Ataris, and then we'll finally get to Rich, who we somehow haven't talked about yet.
A little bit.
Only a little. All right, we'll
Talked about his cruise.
About the
We
wrestling
segued into this whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't even know what you do, so let's get to that.
I'll
After.
answer any questions you ask me.
Any questions?
I'll get to. I will. It's an AMA with Rich coming
Yes.
up. And we're back.
And we're back.
Some of it. I can always edit it out. So what I do is I'll give everybody here unedited versions. And if you feel like you want to listen to it because it's fucking
I'll
usually
listen
2 to
to
3
it.
hours long.
I definitely don't want to be canceled. So
Canceled before you even begin. Just give me like times and stuff of like stuff that you don't want to hear in that, and be like, I remember making fun of my mom
we
in
come
this one,
back
and
for
I
edits?
probably shouldn't. Yeah.
Can we come back for
No.
edits?
I'll just do it. I won't post it until you
we'll
guys are
come
comfortable
back
with it.
and re-record a whole segment.
I let everything go.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Because I forget about it the next day.
Take
But
out-
Shane goes home and he fucking listens to this. We're here for 3 hours, and then he fucking goes home. It's midnight, and he's in his garage smoking cigarettes, and he's fucking listening to the entire unedited version of what we just did that night, even though I'm already sick of it. And he's fucking making notes in his garage. Hey, cut out this part, do this, add this. This audio is shitty. Do this. Right?
and then the next night I go and I listen to it again, and then I make notes so I
Jesus.
know.
Sounds like he's a professional.
What-
And you're just a guy.
I'm just a guy with a bunch of fucking gear.
I'm the web guy.
Yeah. And I'm just the fucking...
Do you have a sweet webpage for this podcast?
We
Actually,
do.
yes.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to check it out.
Yeah.
I should have done that before this. But
Punkrockdadcast.com.
We advertised it at the very beginning of the show.
I
Thanks
sent
for
it
paying
to my
attention.
girlfriend, and she's like, "I don't see a listen live."
Oh,
I'm
you
like,
know
"I
what?
don't
We
think
have to
there
figure
is."
that out. A listen live thing.
Well, there is no listen live because we're not live.
yeah, and you
But
shouldn't,
we
'cause
should.
then you might get canceled.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
still
Literally you,
we still gotta
Johnny.
we gotta work on our SOCAN license.
Oh yeah, whatever. I mean, I have one through Blamethrower, so we can always figure that out.
Yeah.
Eventually,
You
but
can just use the same one.
I'm sure it's gonna really matter for all of our 13 listeners.
26.
Jesus, that's
26.
double what I said.
Next week is gonna be. I can't do quick
30.
maths. No quick maths here, so 30.
We're
39.
we're doubling every week.
Wow, every week. I doubt it. This is our 10th week, and we now have 26 listeners.
No, but we've only posted 3.
How many of them are in Oshawa, and do you think sit there and go like, yeah, the dungeon was so rad when it was open?
So we're punks, and we don't really fucking investigate the demographics. We just kind of sit here in the basement and talk. This is my
That's
excuse.
fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit because all of us DIY people, we know about market research and shit like that now. So you know you're looking into it.
God damn it, Andy! Why do you have to be involved?
We're we're gonna look into the punk rock flea market too.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's
It's a great flea market. I've
Yeah,
been
it
there.
is.
Yeah.
yeah. I can't wait. I'm actually really excited for that. When
Wait,
is
You
that?
said you were gonna do more questions about Rich. Let's go.
Yeah, Rich.
Hello.
Tell us more about yourself. The dating game. Da, 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 da. Oh wait, you're not single, so not the dating game.
The get to
Boop,
know you
boop, boop.
game.
Yes. Oh shit. I think I just watch. Look, my wife is casting Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban on the TV upstairs, and I accidentally just interrupted her with this. Poor
The
bastard.
next time she comes to refill her Jaeger, she's gonna have some choice words for you, sir.
Oh, I'm sure she is.
Again, this man has a Jaeger machine in his basement.
You gotta get
First
closer to
of
that
its
mic.
kind.
What?
First,
Oh, wait a
first
minute.
of its kind I've ever seen.
Who's this mic?
This is my mic. No.
Okay, that's much better.
about
for you.
now?
Okay, much
about-
better. Okay,
But
sorry.
I'm afraid that I'm like talking into it, but I'm also breathing into it. So it's like,
I have the same issue. Trust me. I'm like,
yeah.
We're all gonna end up with the same cold after we leave here today because our proximity is within 6 feet of each other, and we're not exactly respecting social
Okay.
distances.
No
It's-
pandemic rules down in Johnny's basement.
It's only 9:30.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You said that like, man, talking to Rich and Andy is fucking terrible.
These guys
This
are
is gonna
so
drag on
boring.
forever.
Oh my god.
No, what happened to those martinis?
Oh,
Yeah,
you
where's
want
our
one?
martinis?
I'm about to do this.
I've never,
Professionally.
I don't think I've ever had a martini.
I'll
You
drink a
haven't,
martini.
eh?
It's not the
No.
best drink, but I'll drink a martini.
Okay, I'm gonna
Do you
make
have
some great
olives?
martini. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, no.
ew.
Fuck yes.
I have such a strong dislike for olives.
Okay, but do you like vodka?
No, nobody really likes vodka.
I don't know. I don't. Okay, here's my
Fucking
thing.
vodka, man.
I don't like casually drink a drink because I enjoy the taste of it. I will drink like 3 or 4 drinks because I want to get buzzed.
Okay.
So
Was there anything like? I mean, I have just about everything here So if you want something different,
I'd go for a water.
Yeah, I'm gonna let our listeners
You
know
want a
if Johnny
sparkling water?
asks you to come on, like, definitely just do it for the bar. Just at least come in and enjoy the
because
bar.
Johnny sucks.
Johnny's the worst.
Otherwise-
he's been trying to get me to do this for months. But
Andy is like a couple gin and tonics in already though. So
get loose lips over here.
White women and white liquors.
loosey goosey.
Man, I almost don't want to go back to one guest.
I know, right? More people to make fun of me at the same time. Great, thanks. Fuck you. So, Rich, tell me about your life.
I'll try and deflect away from you as much as I can.
Thanks, buddy.
I don't know. What do you want to know?
Well, I mean, you know what? Like, I've just kind of known you like as a as a character
like
in like
outside of
apart
music,
from
kind of?
yeah. Tell me about what do you do for a living?
I work for the Ontario government in the legal weed industry.
Cool.
So I work from home.
When you said Ontario government, I was like lame, and then you said for the weed industry, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool,
Thanks,
cool.
Yeah.
thanks for the
cool.
delivery today.
no worries. I hope you got your parcel.
Give me
without
your
any issues,
fucking
yeah.
resume from the last 10 years. That way we can really take over your identity.
Okay. Like I don't even know, man.
Man, nobody wants to hear
yeah.
about this stuff. Like you keep asking us, it's just like
So
What's your mother's maiden
I
name?
just work in like customer
What was your
service
favorite
jobs.
teacher?
what's the name of your first dog?
Oh. My first dog was named.
Don't say anything, Rich.
It's a trap. I'm telling you, it's a trap.
This guy has brought us
It's,
here to steal our identities.
No,
Yeah,
but for real, I mean, part of
I
what
don't
you do, I feel like has some impact on how you sort of relate as a musician and like what your impacts are, what your past is, and I mean that kind of comes out in a lot of your writing. I know you guys, are a powerful duo together. I've experienced that firsthand.
We wrote Hookers and Speed.
I'm not familiar with
this
that.
duo. What?
What you don't
Oh
know?
wait,
Hookers-
was that a Caution Inc. song?
Get the
Yes.
fuck
We
out
need
of
to
here.
get some Caution Inc. on the radio
Track
here.
3, I believe.
Oh, like
If you need a
Something
CD,
like that.
I have a box of them.
Andy has a couple in his
I
basement.
have a couple
actually,
left.
I actually should have told you guys to bring those. Where can I find them online so we can play them today?
Apple Music.
I have it.
I don't.
I also wanted to ask you guys about what was it? Don't drink the
Don't
Drink
drink
the
the
Schwatter?
Schwatter.
Yeah.
Johnny, don't drink the Schwatter.
I live in
It's a great
Whitby,
song.
so
I
I
love
don't.
that
I don't
song,
have
yeah.
to anymore.
Well, don't come to my house.
You live in You live in like upscale Brooklyn. Fuck.
Yeah, I rent. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I rent still.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, I listened to your guys' album probably 7 times
Oh shit.
Nice.
just to get to know it.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I told him
No,
2
no,
weeks ago
it's
you
fine.
guys were going to be our guests, and he's been fucking masturbating to you ever since.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
not the first time I've heard.
Oh man, I'm so glad you guys are here. So, Rich, tell me more about
You gotta
your
come up
personal
with
life.
questions. Rich, what were your musical influences?
Oh,
No,
I'm-
wait, you are. We already
okay.
said that. We were talking about top 3 punk bands listening to growing up.
All right,
Go.
all right. I will go into that. So if you want to do like all time, I would have to go with Nirvana, Green Day, and I don't even know what's this. I don't even know. Those are probably like the 2 bands that really got me into playing guitar, at least, and wanting to like be in a band.
Good for you for
Oh,
admitting that.
That's
Yeah.
probably an even better question. What was the band that got you to like? What was the first band you got into, and then made you pick up a guitar?
Definitely those 2. Yeah, if Nirvana and Green Day for sure. were
How
the
did
2.
you like? How did you guys meet, and how did the rest of you guys meet?
Oh, how did?
Um,
Probably through Jay Young, right?
Yeah. Oh, there was a point. Okay, so Andy and I were both in separate bands, and
Oh, don't play any of those though.
Oh, I will.
oh wow, eh?
We were in separate bands.
Yeah. So we were in separate bands, and
This is like your mega hit,
We had, like-
according to all of your fans that go to any one of your shows or any one of your affiliates shows.
That is
It also-
that is correct.
it also took like
5 seconds to
Yeah,
write.
no time at all.
I hate the fact that that's like everybody's favorite song.
Why?
Well,
Because there's songs
we
we
put
put
so,
effort
so,
into.
so
much
sorry.
more effort
I
was
just
put into
I'll
other
have to
stuff.
paint a word picture to all of our viewers / listeners here. Intergalactic Killbots is Caution Inc.'s probably most famous
we
song.
were never a very serious
No, you guys
like,
were all
band. We
jokers.
like to party.
And
The
you
album
like-
is called Party Time on
Yes.
Apple Music.
Yeah.
If you want to look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as Apple Music goes, the top 2 songs are that one and It's Alive.
It's Alive is a good song. I like It's Alive.
It's Alive I wrote down on my...
But you want to know what? Like, it was such a long song, and I hated playing it because it was so long. Like, it just got like so boring.
I liked
like,
Vampires.
We keep interrupting Rich.
That's okay.
Like,
So-
go ahead.
It's not okay. We love you. So, how did you guys become a band? And what happened? How long were you together? And what happened? Towards the end, how did you guys stop being a band? Because, I mean, you're still like fucking infamous in this area. Well, I know yous. I mean, at least 13 or 14 other people do, and I mean, a lot of people would
At
definitely
least 13
lobby.
of your listeners definitely
At
know
least
who we are.
4% of our listeners know who you are. The rest of them are
I
not old
believe
enough
13 is half. Because we
Yeah.
said 26. So 13 is half. That's 50%.
yet. Our math is awful,
Way bad.
We're
Quick
so
maths.
smart.
but our math is great in the bar. Like I can,
Yeah, Rich-
mixologist.
Rich, how did we
Fucking
trick
3
you
ounces.
into joining Caution Inc.?
So it started out because we were in separate bands, and the same bass player was in my band and in a band with Andy, and like all those bands just kind of
Was that
collapsed. No, Jason J Young.
Okay.
Yeah,
You might not know. I don't think Jay ever really was
Yeah.
in a band around here.
not
at
really. He
least
was in
that scene. I don't.
He was
think.
in. Do you remember Half-Assed?
He was in
that
Half
band
Ass for like a hot minute, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But anyway, basically,
You got to
like,
remember, my fucking rise to fame around here was Princess Riot.
which was which was a bit later.
Yeah,
For-
it was a bit
for
later.
us.
It was a bit later
Yeah.
because like
And then I moved out of here in 2007.
we went to Vancouver.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up from then.
That's cool. But yeah, like basically both of those bands just kind of
Collabed.
collapsed. Like, well,
No, they didn't
stopped.
collab. They collapsed.
Yeah, collapsed, kind of collapsed. And then Andy's like, "Come jam with me and this guy named Brian." So I met
Well,
Brian.
Dick face.
how are we hanging out? Like, I can't
through
even
Adria,
remember.
maybe.
Probably through Adria. Yeah. Maybe.
Actually, I also remember. I don't know if I told you this before, but if I haven't, please don't jump over and punch me. But I remember coming to your house with Pedro to hang out with your sister before. I
Oh
hung
yeah.
out with
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have a hot sister or something?
No, I don't. Shut the fuck up.
I never. Oh, I just got the nod from Rich, so definitely. I never met your sister, so I have no idea.
But yeah, it was just like mutual people, I guess. It's just like one of those things where if you're in like the same.
Oh no, you want to know who I would say? Devin Semple.
Yeah, Devin.
That's
definitely
how-
had some.
If
some
if
play
we
in it,
didn't
too.
if we didn't meet through Adria, it was definitely through Devin, and because Devin was in Half-Ass, Jay was in Half-Ass,
Yeah.
and we definitely would have hung out
Who's
through
Adria?
that. Our friend Adria.
Adria
Um,
Wilson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she lives on the
Wilson, yeah.
East Coast now.
Yeah, with her husband David.
Mhm.
David.
Meany,
Yes.
Yeah,
aka
So
David
that-
Beer
I
Time.
think-
Beer Time.
Yeah.
I know
yeah,
Beer
yeah,
Time.
Beer Time.
Yeah,
Yeah. I know
think
Adrian. Beer Time.
that I think that would be
How many
our
fucking
connection.
Adrias are there?
That's what I mean. That's why. That's why I caught the
One
name.
for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah.
That I think is like
They used
the
to live in Picton,
Oh,
Did
really?
they?
I did not know.
Oh,
that.
not quite
Maybe.
Picton, but
somewhere out there.
yeah, almost that way. Like, shit, it was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
just
anyway.
north of the Big Apple or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know them.
Yeah, basically, I think that was like the common connection was one of the common
Those that
connections.
there was a group of people that we
Yeah.
hung out with that, and then I think eventually I was like, let's get Rich to join our band because were you in another band before it?
I was at one point. I think you like convinced me to quit the band that Jason had. Like,
Sounds
That
like
wasn't
something
yielding
I
you
would
any
do.
results,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
felt that you were probably better
Brian,
elsewhere.
Brian and I probably
no,
convinced
pause. Okay,
him.
know what band you stole me from? Bad News Bears,
Yeah.
Bad News Bears with like Parsons and Jay and some other guy.
There you
I don't
go.
remember his name. I don't remember his name, but he was drumming, and we hadn't jammed in forever. And then
Yeah,
I
okay,
went
now I
and jammed
remember
with
this.
you guys.
You got to think like
Yeah.
this. We're remembering back like 20 years right now.
Yeah,
Like, so,
that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's where I was before. Was jamming with
The
Bad News
difference
Bears.
between these guys remembering 20 years ago and the band we had last week remembering 20 years ago was I was there for this part of it.
Yeah.
At least part of this part of it. And those guys I never met. And
I was probably there for the part because accident prone, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
You guys have
probably
definitely
there
crossed
for a
paths.
lot of it,
Yeah,
For sure,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
I went to college at the same time as those guys.
I want to have a
and
fucking punk rock social
That'd be sick.
where everybody that has been in this podcast has gone back and listened to this. So probably it's going to be in like 18 years from now when everybody has the time to listen to the 9 hours of content we have and like gets together afterwards.
Yeah, let's just have a little.
We're going to have a Christmas party.
we have that Jaeger machine.
Yeah.
queued up on
fill
here.
it
gonna be
up.
great.
Fill it up.
Not even.
fill
Let's
it
just
up.
have a backyard party at my house,
Yeah.
barbecue,
Oh, I love it.
Heck yeah.
some beers.
Get those guys from the garage.
94.9
from
The Rock?
94 garage.
Yeah,
This is gonna be a great
yeah,
summer.
Show up.
without Kenny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get
No
him to come
Kenny
back, get him to come
Lajoie.
back.
No double the pledge.
So do you guys have a band name for what you're working on right now?
Yo,
Not that you're willing to
not-
reveal today. Fair
not-
enough.
Not today. Maybe the next time.
Nothing
we'll-
like
right.
solidified, I guess.
You're never coming back here.
That's okay.
You chose you decided that for me, eh? You're just like, fuck, I'm never having Andrew back again. Fucking guy.
I'm just kidding.
Are we gonna play some Caution Inc. or
Yeah,
what?
we'd love to. What song will you allow me to play here, gentlemen?
Well, you know what? I would play Hookers and Speed because that's for the two guys sitting on the couch here. Like we wrote all the music for it, not the lyrics. And
So where can I find that song?
on Apple Music,
Here.
I fucking told you.
Can I hook up?
Christ,
It never works.
I know it never works. How do I get that on here?
you plug it into an auxiliary jack through his phone.
Yeah, that's a USB-C, and
I
that's
wonder
a.
if it's on YouTube. If you
All of
search.
this fancy equipment,
I don't know.
and you
You
can't.
know?
you
Oh, we
can't
have this
get
fucking
it.
struggle every week. I'm telling you.
It should be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Probably
so.
book a party time on YouTube. It'll come up. For those who don't, I'll narrate.
What do you
John's
guys
on-
use? DistroKid or something like that?
Oh, this
Oh,
was
at the
probably
time it was,
before the time of any of that.
Oh yeah, at the time it was just through whoever.
What's the song called?
manufactured the
Hookers and
CDs.
Speed?
Hookers and Speed, yeah.
Whoever manufactured the CDs, it was part of the deal. Like, you
Oh,
know,
okay.
You just get the CDs. We'll put it on Apple Music, and we'll put it on something else.
Spotify.
Is this
shit like
live?
that.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
live.
there's,
Yeah.
oh wow.
Which is not a bad version, but I
Chinese hookers.
I'd rather play
sucking.
the album.
Look at this. This is the third.
Chinese
Wow.
hookers sucking. Is the third thing
Awesome.
that comes up.
All right.
Oh shit! Look at that.
Live
that
at the
second
Dungeon,
Video, it was a
Halloween
show.
2006.
That was a good show. That
Hookers
was
and
fun.
Speed. Okay, you want to play the live one and then maybe see
'cause-
if we can cut in the real one later or something?
Well, okay, but I'll tell you this story first. I can't remember who we opened for at this show, but I remember Will McGirt wrote an article after that was like, I went to see such and such. I left seeing Caution Inc. Oh, no, it wasn't this Halloween show. Another Halloween show where we got our buddy Chris to dress up as Leatherface in like a schoolgirl costume.
Noise.
Yo,
And
I
in the
remember
middle
that
of the
one.
song, he got up on stage and he got like ground beef from the store.
Oh.
Squeezed
It was
out
under his shirt.
Yeah. and squeezed out like it was either ground beef or like some sort of organs.
It was ground beef. I wasn't in the band at this time. Steve had had joined on guitar, so I was like literally like right in the front row. Chris Badurka is just like
Chris
dripping
Badurka.
this,
Where's
like,
that guy at?
living.
living.
But-
He
yeah.
is just living.
He spills all these like things all over the stage, and then
Yeah.
later the sound guy was like cleaning up. We made a total mess of the fucking place, by the way.
Was that the same night that you guys tried
we
to
used
use
like the styrofoam popcorn things and shot them all over the
They literally
Johnson.
tried to use a leaf blower, but like
It
to
worked.
shoot stuff out all over yeah, it was.
And anyway, so the sound guy's cleaning up, and Chris has dropped all this fucking meat all over the fucking stage. And he's just like, who fucking does this? And we're all just like, fuck, don't say anything. Let's get out of here.
Shane, you have to subscribe or log into this.
Okay.
On my computer.
Huh.
Then we'll have some caution and ink.
Don't steal my identity.
It's the only place
I'm
you
gonna
can get
steal
it.
your
It's the
beer.
only place you can get it Apple Music.
We'll edit that in there later. And that was a lovely little ditty by
You know what I thought I
Caution
should
Ink.
bring up while we were just looking, because we were looking at the album cover there, that the wicked art that was drawn by Mike Majewski. You know, it might have been almost like one of the last things he did before he passed.
Oh my God, he's a goner.
Not a good.
Sorry, I
Edit
don't
that
know
out.
the guy.
Edit that out.
Oh, yeah.
Edit that out. Respect Mike Majewski. But yeah, like check out that album art. I've always thought like it would be really awesome to re-release the record as a 12-inch so we could get that like blown up and actually put onto like
A canvas?
an
or?
LP.
Oh, okay.
Like, because that artwork, he spent so much time doing that. Like, we pretty much gave this guy like a week, and I remember talking to him, you know, in between. Yeah. In between, from when we were like, okay, Mike, we got like a week. We need this album art done. And if you know Mike Majewski, this is very much what he did. I'm talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, man, like I'm trying to get this done. I'm, when I get tired, I'm taking bike rides. I'm like doing all this stuff to keep me awake."
Damn.
And this guy got this album done in a week, and like
This is a very wild album cover.
and like when you really get close to it and see all the detail this guy put in to.
Was this
to
like
this
hand done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we got posters. He made posters like for the release, and he did like a bunch of.
So I want to try to paint a word picture for anybody who's not visually adept. There says Caution Ink. It's largely neon type.
It's think Tales of the Crypt kind of color scheme, right? Like you got the green, the yellow, a purple, and it's a two-faced monster.
Party monster.
Drinking and vomiting at the same time
with
an axe in its hand.
Wow.
I mean, this thing is awesome. And I just wanted to like take a second and be like, yo, Mike put a lot into that. And I think anybody who knew Mike thought it was great.
By the way,
it
Shane,
tattooed on my leg.
Rich needs you to drink his vodka.
Yeah,
Yes.
Johnny made us
I
some
can do that.
martinis. Now I don't
Then
know if
later,
I
you're
can-
going to be
Yeah.
this party monster.
I will
Yeah.
also post it online at punkrockdadcast.com.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
man, check this. But I always thought it would be awesome to re-release this on 12-inch. But if it didn't cost like an arm and a leg to get this pressed onto
Let's
vinyl,
just do
I
it.
would totally.
Man,
get
isn't
on
it a goddamn shame how much it fucking costs to make stuff into a fucking vinyl? Because we all want to do it because we're fucking of that age. And I'm glad we get to at least do this because we get to do storytelling for like later our kids.
Yeah.
But that's just sort of something that that's worth it for us whenever Shane's paying attention.
I would even get this made into a poster, but I don't think any of us have the original artwork like saved, so we could send somebody like a
Couldn't get it in a
high-res-
high-res
Yeah.
enough version of it. Yeah.
Like Vector.
You know who might
Yeah.
have this? Dave.
No, I think I actually have it on a hard drive somewhere,
Oh yeah.
but I don't.
Dave Hill has
Who
everything.
wants to play the
no.
game called
Oh, no.
Search
I'm talking
Andy's
like
hard drives?
Yeah.
Who actually?
I wouldn't be that
has-
scared of that. He's pretty late.
Like,
He's
you
pretty
know-
tame. I mean,
If I thought anybody have it, it would have been Steve. And I wanted
Steve
to.
who?
Steve Rothney,
okay.
who was the guy who played guitar for us after Rich. He was actually technically who was in the band longer than Rich.
Oh,
So-
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because for me, the four of you were Warren, you, Rich, and Brian. That
Yeah,
was the
but-
only Caution Ink that I ever knew.
So you didn't see the drummer before Warren?
No.
there was a drummer before
There was.
Warren.
He played a
too,
couple
yeah.
shows,
Oh yeah.
like a
No,
handful.
we played quite a bit. Then he got
Was it?
mad at us.
Yeah.
because
Man.
we tried to get a substitute. You know, we were young and we were like,
That
we're gonna
happens
do
a
this,
lot.
and
He came.
you know, musicians, right?
He came into a practice we were having with Warren and looked straight at Warren and said, "Congratulations, you're the new Caution Ink drummer. Get the fuck off my
we
drum
didn't
set."
even let Warren in the band. The old drummer quit and
Yep.
appointed him.
And then he laughed and we're like, "So, do you want to be the permanent drummer now?"
Seems to be a lot of that going around.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Yeah, no. Just back to like, yeah, definitely. I would have loved to get that put on.
That art somewhere, eh?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. It was a really nice piece of artwork. Was he like? I mean, how? I grew up in. Well, I didn't grow up ever, but I mean, I lived a lot of years in Vancouver, and like Chai Pig was the guy doing a lot of the fucking punk art and art shows and brought like artwork and stuff out there. That reminds me a lot of that type of.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Are you
So
familiar
Chai
with that
Pig
guy?
from
SNFU, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Mike actually knew him because Mike put on a lot of shows,
Yeah.
did a lot of art.
That artwork actually really reminded me of that, which is why I was
You
like,
probably saw he did so many posters back in the day.
I wonder if he
for
did
everybody.
any of SNFU's stuff.
I don't think he did anything for SNFU, but he was like a big grindcore guy. So
I gotta
he
ask
was
Barry.
doing a lot of stuff, and I could see it. But I'm sure. I can't even say, but I would say I wouldn't be surprised if I found out Mike knew the guys from SNFU.
even
at
from
some
like
point.
that proximity.
Yeah.
Because that's wild. That crossing fucking streams.
Yeah.
As I told you, if you stick around long enough, you just start crossing
Yeah.
over into all these things where you start to know the people that you're listening to, and it's crazy that it happens like that.
Isn't that
Any-
wild?
Yeah. Are there any connections with SNFU and like Al from Trigger Happy?
Oh, probably.
That dude knows.
Al knows
He
everybody.
has so many
He
connections.
knows me, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
He
sure.
knows me. So
Who? I don't know, Al.
Al Nolan
No.
Al Nolan.
from
Yeah.
Trigger Happy. You don't know Al?
Have you heard of
Is he a
Curse-
big like dude
Curse
with a
Blessing
big white
Records?
beard?
He's
No. Well, last time I saw him, his beard wasn't white.
Then I'm not thinking
No.
of the same.
Do you
guy.
know have you heard of Cursed Blessings Records or no?
Yeah.
He's the one that one of the people that are like running it, like basically started it up.
Okay.
Yeah, he's lead singer of Trigger Happy.
Well, we have a couple of Trigger Happy albums actually,
That would
You can play some of
likely
that.
be Al Nolan. that you
and
hear
I thought they
singing.
were distributed by Chase the Glory Records. No?
I think Barry just did the vinyl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fair.
does Barry own a record store
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chase the Glory.
up here somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
Brooklyn,
definitely.
Yeah, he's a friend of ours.
Because after we did the one reunion show we played at the Atrium,
That's Barry's from
Barry-
the Awareness.
Barry wanted us to do a show with Trigger Happy at the Mustache Club. That never happened because we just couldn't get it together at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know who you're talking about. I don't think I've ever met Barry, but like he.
So
has
so
talked to
Barry
us.
was in the Awareness. and
I'm gonna
then
get
he
I'm gonna
was-
get a Trigger Happy album queued up.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Blood Red and Forever Blue.
Keep talking though.
Okay. Barry was in the Awareness, and then he was in Metal Veil before that, and then Good Time Charlie. That we were talking
Okay.
about.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. I've known Barry for probably 22, 23 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Back in my Ontario punk days.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Again, so crazy. Like, I remember Ontario Punk. Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
for
that's
the amount of
crazy.
shows that I know we probably crossed paths,
for sure.
and we never stopped to talk to each other. Like, it's so. I don't know. That would be. interesting, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think? What one?
Yeah. That one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chameleon Days
Oh, at the
Chameleon.
in
in
Ajax,
Ajax.
yeah?
Yeah.
I went to like maybe a half dozen shows there. That place
Yeah.
was cool.
Probably a half dozen for me
Yeah.
too, but
Yeah.
it
Our
wasn't.
buddy Evan, he used to play a lot of Chameleon shows. He was in Mount Target
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
Evan Rose.
And Rose, rather, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
have you guys like?
along McQuaid, didn't
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
have him on the show. He'd be a
Yeah,
great
he works
guy to
along
have.
McQuaid Pickering.
Yeah. All works there.
We're giving away way too many personal. Way too
I
much
had-
personal-
So I was working with Ed and Maggie from the music hall. They had Michael Graves from the Misfits playing,
Mhm.
Oh shit.
and they needed an opener. So I was talking to Barry and Al from Trigger Happy. So I had
Actually, I think I remember that they had Trigger Happy open that show.
so I got
Yeah,
Trigger
yeah.
Happy to open. I got them hooked up with the music hall
Nice.
Nice.
with Ed and Maggie. So it was an awesome show. I don't know if you guys went, but
I did not.
it
I
was
think
a fucking
what
killer
did
show.
I see that same day? I don't know. You know what? I just got old and I'm not always.
It was
at shows.
it was the first time seeing Trigger Happy in a really long time, and it was a fucking amazing show. And Michael Graves was awesome too.
Nice.
Yeah, amazing. So Johnny's lining up some Trigger Happy right now.
All shut up.
on a fancy yellow vinyl,
Orange.
orange vinyl. I'm colorblind, so
Yeah.
Or too many martinis.
One time I went shopping with him so that we could make sure that he was.
Hold on, I just unplugged.
You gotta get another thing. Oh wait, okay, Rich, restart your story.
Oh, so one time Andrew wanted to go clothes shopping. For if it didn't pick it up, he is colorblind, doesn't see certain colors. So he's like, "Yo, dude, wanna come shopping with me so that I can like make sure it's the right colors of stuff I'm buying?" I'm like,
Yo, you
buddy,
don't know. It's a struggle.
I
man.
got you. Where were you going that weekend? Was it the weekend that you were going to Kingston? To the penitentiary, remember?
Kingston Penn. Yeah.
Visit grandma.
I think I just needed new. No, let's not
don't-
even get into this. This is terrible.
Why did they even bring it up?
Yeah. 'Cause
What color are Rich's socks today?
black and gray.
Black and pink,
Wow.
bruh.
They're pink and blue.
Oh yeah, no, I'm really bad with pinks and.
Do you ever take them shopping and choose the wrong colors on purpose?
No.
No, because then we'd lose all trust. That's why
Yeah,
I take
yeah.
Rich to help me.
Andrew is
Rich, you're a good
one of my best friends. I would never do him dirty like that.
Warren and Brian, on the other hand, they might do it.
Okay, we're going to listen to In Hate
In hate.
and possibly Shit for Dessert.
Shit for dessert and in hate. If you're
Sick.
happy.
Insecurity is our strength. Oh, I see the worst in everything.
about records.
Records. All right, Rich, you're back on as of now.
All right.
Keep on rolling, baby.
You know what time it is.
Yeah.
It's time to relax.
Yeah, we're all pretty relaxed here in my basement.
Couple martinis.
I was
Uh-huh.
going to say, if you had told me 10 years ago, 20 years ago, that I'd be sitting in your basement doing a podcast, drinking a martini,
You would be
probably
like, what
would've
the
said,
fuck is a podcast?
Goddamn, somebody else has done that joke? Damn it.
No, I just saw where that was going. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I'm glad you guys are here.
Same. Thank you for
Me
having
too.
us.
Well, we already know about Andy and Rich now, so well,
Well, I was gonna say like.
oh, you know what I want to know? These
No, don't
guys,
cut Shane.
songs about the road. They've been on lots of fucking tours with lots of different people.
What was that?
I don't know, something.
Fix it in post. We'll
Yeah,
fix it.
probably. But what were you gonna say?
Your wife's changing TV shows.
She's gonna fucking put Harry Potter down here now. Be like, fuck you. I'll show you.
No, I was just gonna say, you know, I was going through some music and stuff like that, and I actually recently found out that I actually kind of think I found my roots into punk rock a lot earlier than I thought. Do you guys know a band called Rusty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that album came out in 1995. I was 15 years old.
Okay.
Damn.
Yep. That was a super awesome album.
Oh, that's a great subject. First punk rock record. Go.
Yeah.
So Shane's got Rusty.
Okay.
I got Rusty.
Mine was actually Nimrod,
Okay. Okay.
and I was probably 13 at that time because I was born in '86. So that was 97. So 11. I was 11.
I think mine was I Heard They Suck Live. No effects.
All right.
That
Oh,
was the
yeah,
first
yeah.
punk
All right.
record I was exposed to through my sister. I was actually talking to my sister the other day.
Well, shit. What year did that come
About-
out?
I'm going into about fuck,
That was late, man. You're a late bloomer.
about how I took most of her CD collection.
Oh, your hot sister?
No, not that one. And
That's
you're
the
gonna get a
younger
punch
one.
after this, and then I'm gonna get your wife to listen to this and then punch you.
Fair
But
enough.
no, I took most of her CDs. But I Heard They Suck Live. I can't remember if
This
it
is a No
was her
Effects album,
collection
by the
or-
way.
Yeah, or if it was at my friend's house, hanging out. Before his mom used to drive us to high school every day, but we'd get like 10, 15 minutes to
Pump yourselves up for the
to
day.
pump. Yeah,
That was
via music,
Fuck.
and we'd either listen to Metallica, and then we got into like punk rock, and I think I Heard They Suck Live. I
that
saw
was
it
also
there.
1995.
Yeah, that it's a great record. It's one of my favorites.
Did
for
you
sure.
know that there's a new NoFX live or newer
Yeah,
called
yeah.
45 or 46?
They actually got worse live.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
For sure.
It's awesome.
What was yours, Rich? Is it still Nirvana?
No.
Your
So,
first,
okay, so are we
your first
talking
punk
about, like,
album that got you into
that
punk.
we purchased, that we like physically own?
No, just
No. Just the first one that resonated
Oh,
with you,
okay,
that made
okay,
you
okay.
The
believe
first
in the
album.
power of punk
Um,
rock.
I would say there's a few. It was Tragic Kingdom from No Doubt, which I guess is more like
Awesome.
on the ska side.
Sure.
Yep.
Still punk.
Pop punk is still punk. I
What's
say this every week.
this album right here? Fucking Nevermind.
Yeah, but
Yep.
you say never mind, but like as much as Kurt Cobain wanted to say they were punk, like let's face it, it was labeled as grunge.
Okay,
So do we
so then-
You know what?
so then-
categorize it?
I'll take that back then, and then I'll add in
It was still an influential
I'll-
album
I'll
for
add
Rich,
in-
so that's good.
Dookie as
Awesome.
Andy spills all over
Let's
himself.
finish so much of this martini.
So
Wow, if you really don't like it, I mean, just fucking pour it down the drain and pour it all over my couch. What else?
yeah. Dookie was definitely one of
I love
so,
that we're fucking
Dookie-
talking about punk, drinking fucking martinis in the
so,
basement right now.
so probably since since the punk rock police took away Nevermind, I would have to say probably
Gatekeeping.
yeah.
So we are gatekeeping.
Yeah.
So I would have to say Dookie and Tragic Kingdom.
All right.
Yeah.
Great.
We're
No
living-
doubt.
we're
I
living
might say
the good
Dookie.
life provided by punk.
Yes.
Agree.
I might say
Singing,
Dookie
singing.
actually might predate.
I think Dookie was 94.
I heard they suck live for me.
Oh yeah.
I think it was
Like I might have heard
94.
Dookie first, so maybe you're right.
So I mean,
There you go.
I think
self-discovery.
Dookie was 94.
95.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're right. 94. So self-discovery. Yeah, it was definitely
We're talking.
We're
about
not talking
that now?
about touching. yourself.
Nimrod.
Yeah.
It was Nimrod for me. But like, man, my cousin who's now a cop, but like he showed
Thanks
me
for
like
sharing
yeah.
that.
He showed me like Dookie like back, and I didn't even or actually I think it was the Offspring at that time.
Smash.
Smash.
Oh, fuck
Something
yeah.
Yeah.
just had a lot of swearing in him. You goddamn motherfucker! And like you know,
Yeah.
I'm in the basement and I'm like raging, and I'm like 10, and like he's 14 or 15, and like you know we're just raging in this basement, and we're not allowed to be there. And
Pre-Smash was even better.
yeah, I can't even remember what albums, but I feel like it was Dookie that he also introduced me to around that time, and he's like one of my favorite influential drummer friend buddies cousins at that same token, but like we never really like had a good jam together, but that was largely one of my Green Day influences. And I mean, I know you guys have, you know,
You talk like
know-
we hate Green Day. We don't
No, no,
hate
no.
Green Day.
I love Green Day.
Yeah. But like when it came to like back in the day when we had to label ourselves like, oh yeah, okay, I'm a punk rocker.
Yeah.
Green Day kind
Was
of
not
was the pop
super-
side. But I'll
right.
even say this, like all of my favorite influences from that time are also considered less punk than you know the guys who wore the vests with the mohawks. Like
yeah,
Green Day was the only band that got kicked out of Gilman.
yeah,
Fair.
That's true.
Yeah, they were.
yeah,
They were.
Because they're sellouts.
Now
Well.
who's laughing though?
yeah. Rancid too.
Well,
I mean, well, they weren't kicked out, but they're still fucking sellouts.
who's laughing now? All their old fans.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Damn. I want to see him again, but I also don't want to pay that kind of money.
Right? Okay, so here's something pretty funny. So we all know how wildly overpriced Blink-182 tickets
Oh
were.
my god.
I'm not even
Let's get into that for a minute.
Wait, one quick thing. One quick thing first. I literally bought 4 tickets. Oh no, what happened? What's
You did?
$4,000 on tickets?
No. Rewind.
Don't tell me.
Not for Blink. For Alexis on Fire and Pop. Do you know what?
Yeah.
which by the way I gotta
So-
pay you
Is
first.
that's
Yeah.
Budweiser stage?
And I'll take
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of the
yeah,
two.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
yeah.
a sick show.
So literally for 4 tickets for me, my girl, Andy, and his girlfriend was as much as 1 Blink ticket would have cost.
By the way, I'm Andy's new girlfriend.
You didn't know you wanted to go to that show. Maybe.
Yeah, it was
No,
just
you did.
it blew me away that 1 ticket for Blink was as much as 4 tickets
Yeah.
to that show, and I was just like,
Jesus Christ.
I've seen Blink a few times. Had I not seen them before, maybe it would have been a different
Right.
different story.
Market for
but
you, yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen them
logged on
once
to the
before.
pre-sale and was
Yeah,
like, no,
same.
I'm
No,
not doing
fuck
this.
that. I'm not fucking paying half my fucking down payment for a mortgage that
Right.
I've currently got,
Yep.
which is only $2,000. Sorry, guys. I'm not a fucking homeowner in 2023. But yeah, I'm not fucking wasting that kind of money. I'll
Yeah.
buy a fucking guitar with it.
Yeah, that's gonna increase in value.
I've
But-
said to many people I wouldn't pay $40 to see them at their peak.
No.
I'm definitely not paying $200 to see
2,000.
them.
So-
yeah, fuck that.
So I got a real quick funny story because
Yeah, yeah.
you guys are familiar with Matt Rock.
Yeah.
You know his name anyway.
You guys know each other? Matt Rock from The Awareness?
So okay, so on the way on the drive down here, I don't think we're thinking of the same person because Shane was literally like, yeah, he told me to tell you good luck on or congrats on the engagement,
Yeah.
and like I just turned, I'm like,
You know
it might be a different person
Yeah.
because I'm kind of not engaged.
Oh, shit.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
So I don't know.
So I don't,
Sorry,
I
edit
don't
that
know
out.
what.
Edit that
no,
out.
No.
All right, yeah.
Matt will find it funny. But Matt and Rhonda, when they lived here in Oshawa, they bought tickets. There was a back-to-back show 2 nights at the Budweiser stage for
Yeah.
Foo Fighters
Okay.
pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So they bought tickets. It was like third row center.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like super pumped, and
Yeah.
they went down for the second show. They go to get in. Tickets didn't go through.
Oof.
Shut up.
Matt bought tickets for the first show.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
So they show up a day late and a buck short.
Yeah. So I guess what happened
Work
was
sucks.
it sucked, but I guess the security eventually, let them in to go to lawns.
Okay, that's
So it wasn't too bad.
that's decent on the security.
but they didn't.
like,
They didn't get the third row or whatever it was
Third
they had.
row.
But still, you spend that much money on tickets,
and then you end up in the lawns.
and you end up in the lawns.
But like, I don't know. I think that's pretty rad that the security was just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna let you in.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's not security's fault that they did that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I got tickets to, well, it was some shit I read on the radio. It was I got
For what? What did you win tickets for?
Tell us.
lots of stuff, but this one was Green Day. A
What?
Green Day in Vancouver. It was 2009, so it was like just after American Idiot, whatever that one was. Not Revolution Radio, but 21.
21 Century Breakdown.
Yes, that was the
Yeah.
one. Thank you.
Yeah.
I should know that.
That's okay.
But thank you
that's
for
okay.
filling me in, because I would have had to edit that out, but you did it
Did
for
you
me.
even Green Day, bro?
You know what? I'm actually a really I'm okay.
For someone who says
Day
Green
fan.
Day so much, you're very unknowledgeable about Green
Fuck,
Day.
I know. I just had too much to drink tonight. But I won tickets to a sound check with them.
Okay.
And so it was like tickets to a sound check and then tickets to their show later that night. So I got to see them in Vancouver. There was 40 people in the fucking Rogers Stadium, and like we got to just see them doing their sound
During the
check.
sound
Like
check, nice.
the 3/5 to 7 of them at whatever point. It was like 20-30 minutes, and it was their sound check. And then I was like, yeah, this is awesome. And then like my fucking tickets were up in the nosebleeds.
Oh
I was
shit.
like, this fucking sucks. Like I got to see them fucking 4 hours ago, 20
With
feet
only,
away.
Like 40 people there. 20
Yeah.
Feet away.
And then now I have to watch this from the
Yeah.
fucking nosebleeds. I probably left halfway through the show because I was like, I've seen this before.
I've seen this.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
so
not sounding
here's-
like much of a Green Day fan.
I mean,
But no, but here's the thing though.
I
Here's-
definitely jerked off halfway through the show, but I left right after that.
But like, okay, do you not find that like, if you've seen Green Day once, you've seen them multiple times? Because I swear I've watched like live videos where like there'll be whatever song it is, and Billy Joe will literally stop singing at the exact same spot every single
Yeah.
time, and the crowd starts singing back at the exact same time. So I'm like, I don't know. I feel like if you've seen them
But
once,
yeah,
He
I
used
agree.
to-
But before I had like, regular access to YouTube and shit like that, like,
oh yeah,
it was the energy of the show. And like, fuck,
course.
Freddie Mercury did that exact same shit.
oh yeah.
You know,
Of
like
course.
he
It's
fucking
all-
models his show after that kind of shit. And like,
course.
it's rock and roll. It's great. Yeah, it's sellouty. But you know what? It's like, I like the fact that they bring punk rock to a new generation. And
I
like how
agree.
Fall Out Boy and fucking Machine Gun Kelly and everybody else is doing nowadays. It sucks, in my opinion, but I'm
I
not
saw-
a fucking gatekeeper. And you know what? Like, I'm glad that it's bringing other new people to bring back the back catalog. And, you're looking at Fugazi and you're looking at fucking Buzzcocks and you're looking at all these other punk bands
Yeah.
that, your dad and your dad's dad listened to and from back in the 70s. And you're really starting to enjoy because you get a taste for it.
I saw Green Day in 1998 at the Phoenix.
sick.
And he did this thing on stage where he wanted everyone to throw up like sweatshirts and t-shirts and hoodies, and he put them all on, and he was wearing like a shitload of them, right?
Fucking
And
wearing
he
47
was-
t-shirts
He was
like Chandler
pretending-
Bing.
It was the one where they did the free show on Dundas
Oh, yeah?
Dundas Square or whatever.
Oh, like in the back alley
In the
behind
alley.
HMV or whatever.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that. I remember that.
So I went to that
at
show
it?
that night.
I didn't go to it, but I remember watching it on Much
I think
Music.
I have another friend who went to that same.
Yeah.
That was my first mosh pit. I was 18 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
But then I started hearing about other shows where he was doing the same skit
Yeah,
kind of thing,
We talk
Well,
about
there's
our
nothing-
first mosh pit like it's a fucking a point in our lives, and I can't wait for a lot of the like young listeners to actually get out to a fucking mosh pit. That makes sense. And there's a circle pit, and there's danger, but you get
will
to
it
it, and you
happen, though?
fucking yeah. I mean, I hope so.
Are there young listeners that haven't experienced?
Dude, I've cracked my ribs twice.
In mosh pits,
Yeah.
damn.
I remember being at Lee's Palace in the
I got a great picture of my fucking
Good.
face fucked up at a Guar concert.
good riddance. There's no barricades, right? Lee's Palace. I'm up front row, and I'm leaning over top of the monitor, and like this big huge guy lands on top of me, and all I hear is crunch.
Oh wow.
And it was like, oh man, I couldn't laugh for 6 weeks.
You couldn't be on this show then.
Yo,
Well, maybe you could, because it's not really that funny.
So here's a Lee's Palace story. Not really a story, but it's a sick venue, right? But like, if you really want to understand how big it is, try and get your band to play there like the night before Christmas Eve, and it's literally just you and the other bands playing. I swear that.
I feel like you have some experience in this regard.
Cautioning definitely did it.
The best.
Lee's Palace is almost like a corral layout.
Really?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
still like the stage is so high up, and when it's empty, it's
It,
any place feels fucking
felt
empty when it's
amazing
empty
to
and
be
you're
on
playing
that
to
stage.
that.
Like
Right.
we were on,
Yeah.
like we were playing at Lee's Palace, so
But
that,
everybody
that
else
was
is in
rad.
a fucking
like-
pit.
But like, it just felt like a big venue just felt that much bigger when you're like, where is
This is the best part of the story though. Like before we played, so like we at this point like we're playing the Bovine, and like people are showing up to see us play at the Bovine. Like it's a good feeling. So these guys ask us to play.
Caution,
Lee's
you mean?
Palace. Cautioning,
Yeah.
And there's this one guy there who like, okay, so December 23rd. I can't even remember what fucking year it is. 23rd or 24th. And he comes up to us. He comes up to us while we're like sitting
December.
there waiting to like do sound check and play. And he comes up. He's like, "Okay, guys, like, I just wanted to talk to you because my niece is coming, and this is like her first rock show. So when she gets here, if you could be really nice to her, that would be great because like then she can experience like talking to musicians and all this." And we're like, yeah, man, cool, right? Thinking that somebody was going to actually fucking show up for this show.
Yeah, and Brian comes on stage and is like, "Are you guys fucking ready to rock?"
And then fucking Simon Head was playing with us, who's a pretty well-known Ontario musician, producer. And this guy, in the middle of his set, stopped and was like, I'm paying for a babysitter, so I'm going to play one more song, and I'm going to leave.
I'm going home.
And I just couldn't help but think about this girl who like was so hyped to come to this like her first
That
rock
could have been the
show, and
babysitter.
this was it. Like
Yeah.
4 bands playing to fucking absolutely nobody.
Oh my
I always laugh about it because he was so like, if you could just be nice to her, and like, guy's heart was in the right place, but I was like, you have no fucking idea.
This is
Yeah.
crazy
What is
because
happening?
like what is the difference between, I mean, obviously promotion, but what is the difference between a show like that and a show that you fucking play the following week or the following month later that is well attended, great energy, and you do the exact same fucking set that you did at
it
that
was
same
December
night?
23rd, man. Like
It was
nobody's.
right
Is it the date though?
Oh,
It was
It's,
right-
it's
it was
gotta, it's gotta be the
partially the date
Partially,
because
partially.
sometimes as long as you're playing
So
in
what are-
Toronto
what are-
on a weekend, people are showing
Do me
up
a
most of the
favor.
time, right?
Describe your perfect conditions for a fucking punk show.
Friday night.
Obviously not December 23rd, unless it was the piss up. Remember the piss up?
No.
The fucking, that was like an Atria thing. It was like the 10th annual, 11th annual fucking punk rock piss up. Poor Pelly used to play, and
Oh, yeah.
it was a piss up.
Poor Pelly?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
How do I know them? I know them.
Well,
Because they used to play around all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Velvet Elvis
I,
and
w-
shit.
I would just
Yeah.
the perfect condition is like you just got the right lineup on a Friday, like, or even in Toronto, that could be Thursday, Friday, as long as you got the right lineup. But this show specifically, I think that all the bands that played it were actually pretty solid, but it was still December 23rd. It was a snowy night. Nobody's coming out in that.
Right before Christmas.
No,
like,
right
come
before
on.
Christmas. Nobody's coming out in that.
The economy was good at the time. People were making money. You know, people wanted to spend
Spending
$5
money.
to $8 on a fucking craft
Maybe
beer.
somebody overestimated the amount of people we could pull into Lee's Palace.
Yeah.
So
That's probably a big one. I also feel like, okay, like
So do you think promoters do a good job of promoting your show, or do you think that the bands actually would be better? Small venues, I'm talking 120 to 500 people, like stuff that we normally play on a pretty regular basis, or at least we did fucking 20 years ago.
or do you guys even deal with promoters, or do you just book your own shit?
I guess
honestly, it's
most
been
of us are probably
so long.
DIY as much.
like it's been so long since I've even played a show, so I'm honestly.
Well,
not
you have
even
a you had a
sure.
band that you did covers with a couple years ago down in like Whiskey John's or whatever, didn't you?
Yeah. So
that was probably the most recent live stuff that you've done, no?
that was the most recent live stuff, I would say. Yeah, but that was just our one guitar player was just booking it all, for us essentially.
Yeah.
Like he was the one just booking.
So
all
it's
the shows.
basically just fluffing you for shit that you want to do in the future as being, you know, the punk rock fucking.
basic. I mean, covers. Are
I'm still doing
fun.
this motion.
Covers are still fun to play.
If anybody can't see the motion,
You know what?
Is Johnny just
I'm just doing a
getting
jerk.
And, like,
I'm doing a
I don't know.
reverse jerk off motion.
That no.
It's not even
What
that's a
what
big
Rich
one.
just,
It's a
just
fucking
did
big one.
reminded me of a Blink 182 tour interview on Much when he goes, "I love downhill skiing,"
That
and he's sitting
That was-
between the two guys.
that was actually a Green Day.
Was it Green Day?
Yeah, it was. It was
must-
Trey Cool.
It was. You're right. You're right. You're totally right.
I think as far as you're talking though, like what's the difference between having good shows and bad shows? Number one, it's day selection, right? Day selection is huge for me. Promoters, definitely, but usually if you're in with a good promoter, you're getting the right day, which will usually be a Thursday or Friday.
Right.
And
you're
the
on
right
the-
show
and
if there's like a
you
bigger
got the
band
right
playing it.
shows.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
I mean, if you're a band that's playing on a Tuesday night to nobody, that's
But
usually because you're the
you've
band
played
that
on a
still has
Friday to
prove-
nobody, and you've played on a Friday to fucking tons of people.
Yeah, and then I mean, there's so many factors like
Conditions are perfect.
other factors could be how regularly do you play that venue? If you
Right.
play
Can you draw?
like caution,
That's-
I think
yeah,
cautioning
yeah,
kind of fell
yeah.
into a trap that we played the Atria so much that people
People
didn't
knew that
come
you were coming
because-
out the next week.
Yeah, if we
Yeah.
weren't there, if
Right.
I'm not there today, they'll be there next week, right?
Ouch.
It's
yeah.
the ashtray.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with playing the Atria. It's a great venue. Dino's a great
There's a
guy.
Fantastic
fucking
venue.
ton wrong with playing the Adria.
No,
They
it's
don't
a
give
good
you any
time.
fucking beers. They don't fucking pay you. You go there and you set
I
up
don't know
the
what
sound.
Atria
Sounds
you're
like
playing,
shit.
but I guess maybe your band wasn't as good.
Well,
Wow.
we always know
Shots
that
fired.
that was
Shots
just
fired.
the truth. But yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever.
No, you.
No,
I don't
like,
know.
But
I-
like going back to like the whole like even.
Did you guys ever play?
mentioned-
Did you guys ever have a band? Either of you that played the Mustache Club?
Yeah.
I did
Yeah?
not. No.
What band were you in that played Mustache Club?
Both Bogus Journey,
Okay.
which I played drums in with Matt Seeger. And,
Oh yeah.
You know, you should have Seeger.
Yep.
This would be great.
What a
and,
great sound that place had.
Yeah.
It was rad.
And Mad Murdoch's. I was in
Mad
Mad
Murdoch's,
Murdoch's.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I
played
have
there
a
few
Mad
times.
Murdoch's record. Do you want me to play it?
Sure. Yeah. Which one?
It's white.
It's white. White or gray? Gray with a lady on the front.
I'll check.
Yeah. No, for sure. There's some good tunes on that one for sure.
I remember telling you that I got that record, and you're like, I didn't play on half of that.
No, I played on all of it, and then I felt like never mind. Let's not talk about this. Let's not get into that.
Okay.
But edit that what I just said out. But no, it's a good record. It's a good record.
We could play some?
Yeah, we can play some of
All
that.
right, we'll play some Mad Murdochs in a minute.
In a minute.
Murdoch, for
I
sure.
want to talk about, because I just confirmed it again from your Facebook posts.
Oh shit.
That's not the truth.
June 26, 2010, your final show at the Atria. $5 to get in with Black Cat Attack.
Okay, yeah. What about it?
I don't know. Did you have a good turnout? You
Our
must
last
have.
Cautioning's last show was a fantastic turnout.
Was it a good send off? Was it like
It
an
was a good
Alexis on
send-off.
Fire send off where you're like, this is our last show ever, and then fucking
The
18
only-
months later, you're like, I'm gonna do 27 shows on a tour.
I wish.
The only thing I didn't like about the show, and it's not because I didn't like the bands, we just had too many bands. So, you know, another thing about a show is like if you want to get a good set in, you want to get on before 12 o'clock or something, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And if you book too many bands, you get on too late, and people who might have actually showed up to see you start to leave because, you know, you're getting way out there. But that last show was actually a really good send-off for us. It was probably the best crowd we had from the time. I think stuff for us kind of declined because I think we were getting kind of stale. But, you know, they showed up. It was good energy. And then the reunion show we had, I felt like it had a lot of kids that didn't get to see our last show.
Okay.
Because they were too young to see us play at the time. Because
Right.
it was at the Atria. Then our reunion show was at the Atria. And those people who didn't get to see our last show came out to see that. And
Yeah.
it was even better.
It was
than-
so good.
So it was like a good
And like, okay, like
reunion
speaking
send-off.
from someone like I wasn't in the band during like the last official show,
Right.
but I did play the reunion show. I swear I did not recognize
yeah. It's
80%
like it
of the
wasn't.
people. I'm like, who are these people, right?
Sometimes when you
Right.
play Oshawa, you're playing to your friends, and that makes up the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you
This
a question
cr-
from
this-
over here.
Yeah.
Do you guys like to play for people that you know or people that you don't know, and why?
I like to play for people I don't know because I know that they're there to see my band.
For sure.
Not just like. Don't get me wrong. I definitely appreciate all of the support from all of my friends, but you know who's there because they're your friend, or who's there because they actually genuinely
A
like what you're
stranger
playing.
will
New
tell you
people,
if you're
for
not
sure.
good.
Yeah,
like
a
a
stranger
stranger
will tell you.
will
Yeah.
like here's a perfect example. Okay, like the cruise I was just recently on, I met a band from LA. They're called We Are Wasted. And like I made a point of going up to them and being like, as someone who does not know you, like I know it means, at least to me, means more coming from a stranger. Like your band is rad. Like I'm from someone who doesn't have to tell you this. You know what I mean?
I'm from this little tiny part in Canada.
Yeah.
And I heard your music and I like it.
That was probably about 3 or 4 drinks in, and you've
Yeah.
seen how little
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
drink.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, do
Still.
you know Steve from Canada?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just
What a great
I don't know.
feeling it is.
I think it's when a stranger tells
You
you.
know, one of the craziest things that was ever said to me was at the reunion show. This guy came up to me and was just like, "Man, like, I fucking loved your band when you guys used to play the Dungeon, and you were an inspiration to me." And I'm just like, "What the fuck?" Like, there's no
That's
way
awesome. Yeah.
that like I influenced some kid
No, it's good.
enough, right? It's a
yeah.
good feeling,
Yeah.
but like it was really crazy to have somebody, some random guy, who felt he wanted to say that to me, and I love that, and like I think I really liked that reunion show more because,
It was
like
a
I
good
said,
time.
it was people.
What an amazing feeling
of
it is.
the
to have-
90% of the crowd, I had no idea who they were.
You have no idea. Like there are so many bands, like especially doing Ontario punk demos and stuff, and there's songs that really hit me, and I don't have the chance to actually tell the band how it makes
Yeah,
me
for
feel,
sure,
and it
yeah.
really gives me a feeling that inspires me or changes my life in a way. And you guys are doing the same to other fans and other kids,
sure.
and you guys change people's perspective on things.
Yeah,
There's
As a
also-
punk band, you try, as a punk artist, you try not to, like, care what people think of your band, but like
No,
when
when you're
people,
young,
but
when
you
you're
do.
younger, you don't
love it
care,
when
right?
people
Yeah,
when people sing along to your tunes, when people know the lyrics of your fucking band, and it's like the second or third time you've ever played.
Oh yeah, as
It's just a
as
great
lame
feeling.
as it
You're up on the
sounds-
stage and you're just like, people are singing along. Whoa!
But-
oh!
Yeah, exactly.
You do have fans
great.
at home listening
Yeah.
to your tunes,
Yeah.
thinking about their tough life or whatever.
It also like it would blow me. It blew me away a lot. Like with that Party Time CD, we got some guys in like Europe sending us messages going like, "Where do I buy your CD?"
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "If you want to give me your address, I'll just send you one." Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I have no idea who you are, but the fact that you're over the pond and you want my CD is
Fuck
enough
yeah.
for me.
Take
to
it.
just
Mail it
yeah,
out.
send it to you right now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I was on that one.
There was if this girl just by some reason happens to be listening to this podcast by any chance, I'm apologizing to you again. But at the reunion show, there were people had like a beach ball being thrown around in the crowd, and it ended up on stage. And I went to go just kind of like kick it back into the crowd, and it hit a girl in the front square in the face and shot back onto the stage, and I felt horrible. So, yeah, I don't know if that person happens. to
Retribution
listen, but if
round
so I'm
for Rich
I'm
right
sorry
now.
Again.
Just feeling guilty and apologizing.
Yeah,
Being like, I'm not the fucking punk you think I am.
As-
I'm an
as much
apologetic
fun as
punk.
that
We
show was,
definitely
like,
were
yeah.
not the punks.
No.
If anybody even thought we were punks, like if you knew what we were doing on weekends, like it,
So
it
why
was sitting
punk?
at home
Why did
building
you guys
Legos.
do the type of music that you wanted to do? Was
That's-
it because it was accessible? Was it because it was easy? Was it because it was what you loved to do? Or was it because you thought it was a crowd pleaser
It was,
at that time in your life?
That's the energy we got caught up in, right?
Yeah, it was just us. Like we all like
We all went
a
to
lot
a
of the same
dungeon. We all
bands.
watched punk shows. We
Yeah,
all had a
yeah.
good time. We all wanted to make everybody else have a good time, and that's why we did Party Time. And
Why
that's
do I
why we
have all
called
my
it Party
fucking
You
Time.
were on that
responses
album?
when I'm standing up over
Yeah,
here?
I'm on that album.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick.
What's the song listing?
Well-
check your place card. Get bent, sick and tired. Whatever makes you feel better. How far we go? All in the approach. That's side A. Side B is time to walk away. Double talk. Dishes are done. All alone till our voice is given.
Hey, do you
I
guys
can't
remember
remember any
a
of the
band
songs.
called Dead Letter Department?
Yes, I remember the
Do you?
name.
Yeah.
I remember the name.
Popped up
Put on-
random on my.
Get Bent's a
Apple
great
Music.
song.
Nice.
They used to be on my Ontario Punk site.
Okay, yeah.
Seen them a few times.
That's definitely where I heard them from. Was just from like shows back in the day.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't remember them as a band,
And we gotta unplug your.
but I guarantee you I have seen them before.
Yeah,
I remember the
yeah.
name 100%.
Same with the Fully Down was a wicked band.
Yes.
I remember that name.
Yeah,
Fully Down.
they're from Ottawa.
So Shane, introduce this one because I'm not close to
What
it.
are we
This is
playing right
called
now? I don't
Get
even know what you're
Bent
up to.
by the Mad Murdochs.
Get Bent by the Mad
Andy's
Murdochs.
band.
Get
Band I
Bent by
used
the
to be in.
Mad Murdoch.
There we go.
Alright. Get Bent.
I don't know what makes you think, but I wanna hear what you say. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? Please just go away. Get back,
back on, so I'm gonna. I want you to talk about this on air.
Yeah.
I think largely, I mean, that was probably your perspective. We're talking about, being able to pay for a release.
Not a release, just a release on vinyl.
A release on vinyl or a release in general. Like I remember back when I was doing Princess Riot and we were fucking recording with Joel Casmy. It was like a fucking 3-song demo. And we had to pay like $2,100 for this guy's fucking time because he was like,
So
the producer from
wild.
Sum 41 or whatever.
quick question here though. Does a 3-song demo cost the same as what like a 9-song demo?
I don't know.
I would say it would cost
Nowadays,
less.
it cost me fucking $40,000.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck is shit.
I
in
mean,
this basement.
aside from producing and everything, but as far as
You know
putting
what?
it
I
on a
truthfully
album?
couldn't tell you. Everybody's got their price, but I think like it was a lot more difficult to come up with $2,000 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
When we
Still,
tried to, I mean, it's still difficult to come up with $2,000, but like, 20 years ago, you weren't in the job that you're in. You weren't in the job that you're
I
in.
wasn't
I'm pointing
making
to
the
Rich.
money I'm making.
And right, you're not making the money you're making. You're buying fucking $150 guitars. You're tuning them up to shit because you think this is the way that you want it to sound, and then you don't necessarily get it to sound the way that somebody who has a $5,000 guitar that you borrowed could have it sound.
Yeah.
And you got into this because you're doing this as a profession now. But I'm pointing to Andy. You can't necessarily get the type of tone, the type of response out of a guitar, the type of feedback from an amplifier, microphone, recording situation that you necessarily envision in your head. And that can cost, thousands of dollars just to get the kind of response that you want out of a tune. And like, there's new technology all the time. Like, you used to have fucking Line 6 guitar ports or Pod Line X or whatever.
Yeah.
The
Line 6 pods. Or
yeah,
whatever. Those
that you
things were
thought
like,
that you thought were like great, and you're like, you got this thing in your basement and you have it in your hand. It's like, this is the best thing ever. And then like fucking 5 years later, you're like, oh my god, actually a fucking tube amp actually sounds fucking good.
Yeah.
What did I know?
Line
Fucking
6 sounds
Slash
like a
and
can
everybody
of
else like.
bees. yeah. But no, okay.
But we
actually,
start to
yeah.
get it right. Like
Yeah.
you develop your sound, you really develop your. And I actually just sent this great comparison to my band that I posted probably close to 15 or closer to 20 years ago, of like totally off time. I mean, my balls haven't even dropped yet. Type of fucking music with the songs that we're playing now that I wrote then to them. And like, it's off time. I would love to play them for you. Maybe not today, but like another time later. Then and then versus what we released it at 5 years ago even.
Yeah.
And like, I know even now, like, I didn't even fucking have that guitar 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't have this fucking amp. I didn't have like this recording setup. Nothing like that. Like,
And you've also now got like 5+ more years of playing experience, which is
oh
gonna
god,
make
but
a
I
huge
still
difference.
suck.
Yeah, but you suck less than
But
5
I
years
practiced
ago.
that song
Yeah.
50,000 more times. But like, it's all encompassing. Like, you have those those things that you wish you could do differently.
Yeah.
And you release these things and you're confident with them at that time, but you're also not. You're like, I know I can do better. I know I can do, but you can only redo and redo stuff so many times until you're comfortable with the release. And I mean, that was a great. You're even telling me in the back part of this, in the back end of this, while we're listening to it, Andy, I would have loved to do this. I would have loved to do that. I'm no longer in that band. I think I could have done this better. But you released it.
Yeah.
And
That's
and
the
does
point.
it feel good that like it was done and gone and off of your chest?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, I would do it again.
Would you do that again? Would you re-release that like Thrice, Artists in the Ambulance? They re-recorded all their new tracks.
Great
like re-redid.
album.
Yeah, like
good
they sort of I mean, like, they do re-releases and they do 20 years later type of stuff. But like, would you do that?
More money.
Or
You know what? I'll tell you this.
but it's not for money when we're fucking
tell you
poor
this.
and we're doing DIY in fucking Durham.
I joined Mad Murdoch's because they had some stuff that I thought was really awesome. I would totally love to re-record some of that stuff that they released before I was in the band, because like the songs that I really
You listen
liked
to
them
it and you're like,
for-
I could do that
yeah,
better.
I was
Yeah.
I was like, it would be cool to do another version. I'd never say I could do that better, as in I'd
Better
like
is
to put
so
my
subjective.
own
I know.
I'd like to
Yeah.
put my own spin on this, because they had some really great songs prior to me joining, and they have some really great songs post me quitting.
Yeah.
They're
a rad band.
And you know, me quitting came down to they wanted to just do more things that I, at this point, was like, I don't want to do that anymore. So I'll step down and let you guys do your thing because you guys want to do more, and I'm just holding you back.
Are they still doing stuff?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They got the lineups changed even more from
I'm not
when
really
I was
interested in
it.
them because you're not in it anymore. But
Oh, thanks, bud. Thanks. But I would 100% say, like, you
They're a
know,
rad
check out
band.
Mad
Check them out,
Murdoch's because
yeah.
they're still
For sure.
they're still kicking it hard.
that's really good of you to say.
For sure.
Well,
No ego
no,
in that.
no ill will towards
No,
any
that's
of
awesome.
them. Like I quit on my own accord, right? Because
Yeah.
it's just where I was at. So
That's really
but
cool, man.
definitely, there's but the thing though was, I know that after I left, or when I joined, I was replacing one of the guys I think that came up with all of the stuff that I really liked.
I remember you mentioned that
Yeah.
that you're like, oh, the dude who I'm stepping in for is the one who wrote like all of these
Probably
riffs
wrote
that I'm
all of these
super into.
rides.
Well, yeah,
songs
I
that I'm
couldn't
super
imagine
into.
somebody trying to like fill my position in my band. I mean, I'm not the fucking greatest band in the world or anything like that, but
But
like
you're the
it
lead
would be
singer.
right.
It's
would-
always
it would
it's
be
always
weird.
hard to replace a singer. Eh?
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
Like
you,
it's
you
never
gotta
the same.
you gotta
Well,
think that
we've had to replace our main guitar player 2 times.
you gotta
That's-
go
but-
in with the attitude that you're not replacing somebody, because you could never be somebody else. You
Yeah.
know, I'm never gonna be Johnny. Johnny's never gonna be me, and it's not a talent thing. It's we're individuals that
Right.
join a band.
Hey,
and,
man.
and
No,
put our
but
spin on things.
remember-
Exactly. If we're
remember when
compatible,
they-
we're compatible. We're gonna make great
Yeah.
music together. If we're not, like, I can't tell you who this band is, but we're gonna have some guests pretty soon that we're gonna talk about.
You know when
But
they
they had 2 main lead singers recently that just kind of fucking went like this together. One of them was gone. One of them still does the thing, and they make great music together. But like, it's like a fucking Blink thing. Like Mark and Tom, you can only fucking do so much. Fucking,
yeah, exactly.
What's it? The Beatles idiots. Fucking, John and Paul.
hey
Like
now.
whatever.
Yeah.
They
Hey now,
they
don't
they
call
could
them
only
idiots.
they could only do. Well, they
Fucking
were only
Beatles,
together
bud.
making real music for what, 4 years together for so long.
10.
You can only.
10 years.
All right,
Get it
you're
right,
more of a
Johnny.
fan-
You're
all
way
right.
off.
Jesus.
I'm not a researcher.
but
But
even
like I mean, you can definitely see like, but I mean, like guys like Green Day, like they're friends, right? They
Yeah.
do that stuff and they fucking make shitty music and they make
fucking-
good music and they do it all together.
Jim from Pennywise.
You do that or you die. You fucking you're Kurt Cobain and you're fucking you
Jim
fucking
from
hate it and you
Pennywise
kill
got
yourself.
replaced, and it was not the same band.
No, I can agree with that.
You're right.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same band, but subjectively, if you were to say, not tell somebody this is Pennywise with the singer from Ignite,
Right.
you might think that's a rad fucking CD if you didn't have that information, right?
Right.
Like
It
If your
sounded-
first
it sounded-
listen
another
to
band,
Pennywise was with the new singer, you might still enjoy them.
It sounded more like Offspring
right?
to me.
And
Yeah.
but like, and that's the problem with like so many people trying to recapture or maybe replace or holding it against somebody to say, hey, we're doing this again, but with somebody else. It's never going to be as great as when you first heard it.
Like
Right.
Sublime.
what is-
Sublime with Rome?
What is that for? Oh, great. I love Sublime with Rome. The first song that they came out with, I don't remember what it was, but I seriously thought I was listening to Bradley again.
Yeah,
I thought it was
that's-
like a re-release.
That is a pretty.
But then after that, like a lot of the stuff, like I didn't really resonate with me. And
Yeah.
then like I saw them with Rancid actually, and they were good.
yeah,
But just didn't. I was never around when I could see
But like,
that.
can you picture like Billy Joe leaving Green Day and then having a new singer?
Oh my God, he's got fucking 5 other bands. I see it all the time. I got 5 albums on the wall.
But can you picture Green Day with a different lead singer?
No, unless it's me.
But
How
on the
long
same
have you
token,
been waiting
though,
to trap Johnny into
on the
saying-
same token, I feel like a lot of his side projects
Yeah.
sound very much like a different version of Green Day because it's just like, okay, well, that's Billy Joe. What does Billy Joe usually do?
Right. It's
So
exactly
I
this.
get what you mean.
Yeah.
I get
And a lot of people are like, this album doesn't sound like Green Day. And then like they listen to like
because it's not Green Day. It's a
Foxborough
different
Hot
band.
Tubs or The Network or, The Long Shot, which are a bunch of his other side projects. And they're like, this sounds like a Green Day album. Why didn't they release this instead of this fucking 13-track hockey tunes that they're trying to fucking, whatever. But what is that formula? Right? Like, where are you? Where are they? Where are anybody when they try to create a punk album or, an album that they're trying to sell? And they've got just different formulas than they did the time before, right? Because they're trying to grow as artists. And I'm sure you guys are too. Every time you try to record something new,
I'm just trying to be a better guitar player every time. That's all I'm trying to do.
I know, and I'm trying to be a worse one. I'm trying to be like
It shows.
I'm trying not to be like, what will make like. I'm trying to be a better songwriter every time. Absolutely.
Songwriting's so hard though.
But I'm not necessarily trying to be a better guitar player.
Fair.
Like,
So
what
that's
a
your problem
what a
right there.
fucking line. It's hard though. Like, you can't, like, I was never a great guitar player before. I just buy better guitars, and like the shit sounds better on those guitars. But like,
It's true though.
yeah, I'm still writing the same shit that I did fucking 20 years ago, but like it's really, it's just such a formula. Like, it's formulaic. Trying to find, like, I don't know. You have to try to find the natural ways of songwriting, and pair that with the things that everybody else in your band are doing and trying to pull from you as an artist. Maybe you're good at writing a riff. Maybe your bass player is great at writing a breakdown. Maybe your drummer is great at writing a really good right. But you guys get together. Like, it's not all necessarily one guy playing everything.
Yeah.
And you just have to get that formula every
That's
time.
true.
And like, maybe you're only successful at that 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 times per album or 0. And you're trying to replicate that every time. You're trying to find that romance.
That's true, because like there will be so many times, like I know like Andy and I have definitely discussed this before, where it's like you'll have an album with, let's say, like 12 tracks on it, and it's like, okay, so like 6 are absolute bangers, and then the other 6 are like
Fillers.
absolute fillers. Yeah.
And I mean, back we were talking about this a couple of episodes ago about like Gob and like, you know, fucking releasing albums in '98 when you have like 21 songs and like fucking 3/4 of them are fillers, and like
They were
2
like-
or 3 of them are
were
absolutely
like-
bangers.
I don't even care.
2 or 3 minute
every
songs.
fucking song. Well, maybe not every song, but Too Late, No Friends.
Yeah, we
No-
were talking
good
about that
album.
one. Yeah, we had
that
one.
was
Yeah.
How Far
episode-
Shallow Takes You, though. So many good songs on that, and
But
everybody. Just
that was
remembers
when you
what
listened
do.
to
That's
it when you had a
No,
fucking
still.
19-year-old brain.
Still, no, listen to it. Still, it's a great record.
We should play a song off of it.
I think we will.
Yo, play
yeah,
Suds.
We'll do that.
I yelled
one?
at fucking Tom. So they played the Mustache Club before the Mustache Club closed, and I yelled at Tom to play Suds so many times.
I was at that show.
You were
Same.
holy shit.
Such a
And-
good show.
I was so
And
drunk.
Tom-
I felt like I broke my back. I was the guy bent over
Yeah.
backwards.
Oh fuck! Did you fall over a speaker or something?
No, I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
maybe that was different. But anyway, I yelled Suds at Tom so much, and then Tom was like,
Suds.
"You must follow us around to every show and fucking play that." To ask us to play that. Suds is such a fucking good song, and they didn't play it. I was like,
Oh,
I hate
ouch.
you so much, but I love you at the same
I'll play it for you, Andy.
Yes.
Did,
thank you.
On a computer.
Were
So
any
good.
of you at the Mustache Club when Anti-Flag played?
Yes, I was at that show with Lorianne from work.
It was a sick show,
Fucking
right?
right, it was awesome.
I loved at the end when the drummer just starts like taking apart his drum set and moving it into like the middle of the crowd, and so they have like half a drum set set up in the middle of the crowd or something, and like they play what's that song, like House Party, like House Destruction Party, Spaz's House Destruction Party, something like that.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. Anyway, they play that, and then everyone's like, encore, one more song. The bass player is just like, half of our drum sets like in the crowd. We can't play any more songs. Like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. No, that was a rad show. That was
Yeah.
a rad show.
All right, one more from Gob.
Sure, let's do it.
It was a great song.
This bridge is falling down, and just like it was before, it's bad, and I made it recur. Crossed the bridge and it caught my attention. An ocean, diluted frustration. So I smashed it down, search of I fell down and into the ocean, but now I am wet, shivering, wasted, and I recognize my degeneration. I can see so clearly now that I'm searching for simplicity. I can face the problem now as I look into the mirror. As a crutch, when I am dependent, I reach out and it won't reject me. Like a blanket, when you need warmth, it's surrounding, but it still feels cold. I can face the problem now that I'm searching for felicity. I can see so clearly now. When I look into your eyes,
But I know what you mean.
We're talking about all my excellent albums in the basement, and we're gonna
It's
play
Green
some-
Day.
we're gonna play
Johnny,
some
do
Green
you
Day.
like Green Day? Do you like
yeah,
them?
I mean,
Have you ever
you know,
listened to Green Day?
They're okay.
I want to introduce you to this band, Green Day, I heard of once. You ever listen?
I mean,
You ever heard of Green
they're
Day?
not my favorite.
Yeah, I think they're.
You ever
okay.
see Godzilla?
They're kinda
They have a
sellouts.
song in that movie. The John Cusack Godzilla.
Was that was John Cusack? Was it?
Yeah, man.
No, it was
John-
fucking
Yeah, wasn't it John
Matthew
Cusack?
Broderick.
Oh yeah, maybe it was Matthew Broderick. Fuck.
and
You know what,
Hank
Ferris
Azaria.
Bueller?
Wasn't it Hank Azaria?
The guy who plays Hank
Bueller.
Azaria?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Animal, the fucking filmographer from that.
I don't know, but have you ever heard of Green Day?
No. Tell me more.
They're a band from the 90s. Oh, that's pretty sick.
The back of that's sick, right?
Yeah.
Want to know how
Live in Prague edition.
when I bought this? Want to know how I realized this didn't work when I put this one?
Oh God, no, yeah, no, it's just a holographic. Actually, last week we had what was the band?
Accident Prone?
Accident Pro here, and they did a bunch of Green Day covers.
Yeah.
Wait,
they have a whole.
what band?
No, not here. Well,
What band?
This is actually a format.
No,
that
no.
I'm-
What band did they cover?
Accident Prone. Green Day. Green Day. Yeah. Fuck you. So obviously, we're best
I'm thinking
friends now.
about?
We're absolutely best friends now, and They played we played a version of their version of 86, which is probably my favorite Green Day song actually, which is awesome.
Yeah, check them
Yes,
out. They
at
do.
least you know them.
They have 6 songs. Green Day covers.
Yeah, they did like international super steals or something like that, super ripoffs or something.
Yeah, Super
and they like
Steals.
did what was it?
Super Stills.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Steve's a huge Green Day fan.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve
We're
What
definitely
band?
gonna collaborate, and
Yeah.
I think you're gonna have to come
What band
come
are
over.
they? They cover? What band they cover?
I think there's a band that you and Steve would be really
Hey,
into
you're
some covers.
he's not plugged in.
Oh shit!
Oh, so much missed material.
Operator.
All right,
Rich,
So,
I believe you were talking about a band.
so Johnny just plugged me back in.
Fuck.
We were just discussing how Accident Prone was in here last week and
Yep.
talking about Green
a band
Day.
you might have heard.
Sorry,
once
not talking
or
about Green Day.
twice
Sorry,
mentioned
talking
on
about
this
that.
show.
Yeah. Anyway, so me, you, and Steve should jam sometime because I think I know a band that you guys would like to play some songs of.
Oh yeah.
Who's Steve? Who?
Steve Fitzpatrick was an Accident Prone.
Okay, yeah.
He told me about a little band called Green Day before.
Yeah, shit. Shit. What band? Green Day? Johnny, have you ever heard of this band?
I think we're gonna have to start paying them royalties after you.
I think their drummer's name is Very Cool.
Very cool.
Cha.
Thrice.
Track Cool.
Cha. Oh. No, I'm going on a different story from
Right.
last
Oh.
week.
Sorry.
Accident Prone's drummer was named Chad, but it was
Yeah.
also Chaz.
Chaz, yes.
And I wasn't sure which one to go with, so I just
Okay,
called
wait,
him
hold
Cha.
on. Before we go on, are you kidding me? You don't remember the giant guy who used to follow around Accident
Okay,
Prone
so-
every show, and he wore
I
a
don't
jersey.
remember him.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask
This
you.
jersey said Accident Prone's bit.
I can literally tell you
every
where this
single
came
time.
from. Do you guys remember how they had that song about Grandma?
Yep,
It was about that dude,
we played it last week. Okay, what was his name?
Rob.
Rob.
It was about it's about their
Oh,
friend
no.
Rob.
We
for
brought-
sure.
we
Is
talked
Rob
about-
this giant guy
yeah,
I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because he was
must have
the
been.
only guy
Who would
back
fuck
in the
grandma?
day who would fucking throw me around in the mosh pit. Because I was bigger than
Okay.
everybody else. This guy was bigger than me. He was at every Accident Prone show.
Yeah, man.
And he lived across the street from my
I
cousin.
can't believe you though, because you're just such a gentle giant. I can't imagine you like
in
actually
the
throwing
mosh
somebody
pit. As Brian
around.
Miners, he used to say that my hands were like sledgehammers hitting him in the mosh pit. He would always say that.
Oh shit!
You got to get Brian Miners in on this. That,
You know what? I've been trying to get Val
Yeah.
over, and she's like, I'm too fucking popular. for
They
you
obviously
guys."
don't know how awesome this basement is.
I know.
With all this booze
Agree.
and stuff.
You know what's crazy? So I just
Green
finished this
Day? Is it
basement.
Green Day? Is
I
that-
just finished this basement for this guy. Sorry, a bathroom for this guy recently.
Billy
He's my
Joe?
chiropractor, and Val cuts his fucking parrot's nails
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
on a regular basis.
Oh wow.
I've known this guy for like 10 years, and all of a sudden, we're like, oh my God, you have a fucking client up in
Connection.
Brooklyn?
That's cool.
And she's like, yeah, Nick. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, his bird's
What?
named Smokey. And I was like, yeah, I love Smokey. He's a fucking great bird. It's like 15 years old. She cuts his fucking nails.
Yo, dude, birds
pretty rad.
will outlive you.
I know.
They can live like 89
I mean,
years,
probably not.
right? No, they can
No,
live
they
80,
can.
90
Those
years.
parrots can last
Well,
a long
he's a
time.
conure. So it's like a 25-year
that
bird.
is-
Oh,
I got
Still,
I got
it's a long
turtles
time.
upstairs.
It's a
and
long time for a pet.
I'm probably going to not live for another 15 or 20 years, but, hopefully I do.
Fair.
But if I don't, my turtles will, just burble up in a tank near my corpse.
Perfect.
Hey, did you see
Green Day?
No, but one of the guys that was supposed to come from Accident Prone last week, who couldn't make it.
Nick?
Yeah. He
Wait, just so I'm making sure. Accident Prone was the band that had the music video with on the boat with the strippers, right?
no,
that's not by
choice.
choice.
That was not by choice.
Oh shit! Sorry guys. The guy who followed around the band was for Not by Choice.
Oh, that's why you don't know.
Okay.
That's why you don't
but
remember.
Grandma was still.
Grandma
Accident
was still
Prone.
by accident prone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
Not by Choice.
But anyway, Nick, Accident Prone,
Yeah.
saw our photos. That
I'm
we
gonna
did.
make my own fucking boat cruise,
And,
it's gonna be on a fucking Ontario lake,
Did
and
you-
it's gonna be about 40 people.
Let's go.
And
He
90% of them are going to be the band.
he fucking recognized you in the photo and said,
Wasn't that the drummer from Princess Riot?
"Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah." So it's so funny. Ever since we started this Dadcast,
Yeah.
it's like everyone fucking knows everyone now.
Yeah.
It's
So that's why
wild.
we're gonna have a Christmas party.
You know what's crazy?
I would love
All of
that.
us were actually together for every single one of these shows, but we were all so drunk that we don't remember it.
It's crazy.
I know,
And now we're getting together.
but like we're connecting everyone together.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna have a
This is the
Christmas
show
party.
that connects the dots. Yeah,
We're gonna have a summer barbecue,
It's going to be the coldest fucking cruise ever.
summer
You
Pig
guys
roast.
should do a.
pig roast.
I keep
mean,
on trying to invite Andy up to my trailer, actually.
I was gonna say
Yeah, I
that
don't
you
like
guys should do a
leaving my house.
Dadcast show.
Well,
Like,
isn't that what this
not
is?
no. Okay, wait. Like a concert, like
I
at
thought
the
this
age.
was the
Oh.
Green Day
you
hour.
know
Oh
what?
no, we're gonna do
That's a good- that's a
grand
good-
opening
that's a
of
great-
the old dungeon, the music hall
Yeah?
with Ed and Maggie.
Have you talked to them about this?
Fuck yeah,
Are we involved?
I'm involved.
We're going to put on the lamest show
Yo.
ever.
Fucking
When
right,
is
man.
that supposed to open?
It's
We've
gonna
been
s-
waiting for it to reopen forever.
Here's what's going to happen in the
I'm
Dadcast.
very, very close. With
We're going to
Ed
start
and
the show
Maggie.
at 6:30. It's
Yeah,
going to be
okay.
finished by 9:30. And then everybody's going to go home and go to sleep.
No, but
No.
for real, I've
No.
been hearing this chatter about the dungeon reopening,
Yeah,
and since
So-
I mean that's 2019 when it started.
Ed
Hype.
is very like it's gonna be soon. But I talked to Maggie, his wife. She's like, no, not yet. They're talking like April.
This
Really?
year,
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
sweet.
There's a band from Berkeley, California called Green Day. They would be great for the opening. Oh my god.
No, but
You
let's
guys are relentless.
with all
Dude, I like them as much. Okay, maybe not as much as you do, but I do really like them as well. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you,
I
if
can't
you're
wait.
listening, you should check them out.
Yeah, this is
No, but for real, like April this year, the legendary dungeon's going to maybe April this year. Listen, we're not.
okay. When
I'm
did
not
the,
an
when did
official,
the
you're not
dungeon
an official.
cease to be in existence?
I don't even
Oh
remember.
fuck, it was a long time ago.
Before
Yeah,
Kashmir broke
but,
up,
like,
so.
When was this exactly? Like 2007, 09?
I want to say 09. I want to say 09 was
I wasn't
the last
around
time.
at that time. I moved to Vancouver in 07. So like I kind of left like in the fucking heyday of the fucking punk scene over here, which was a shame, but like
Your heyday.
well, yeah.
There's another punk scene that probably exists that we know nothing about right now.
Like
so.
currently right now.
Yeah, currently right now. There's a bunch of cool kids who never talk to us because they think we're cops.
it,
That are having a
Either
fucking
cops or
great
old men. Like,
time.
why are those old men in the
if you
show
were
standing in the
involved with
back?
this punk scene at that time, please reach
When,
out to us
we
because
show up
we'd
the
like to
show,
hear
we're
about
like, hey,
you.
fellow teenagers.
Hey kids, look at these narcs.
You're basically like Steve Buscemi with a
Yeah,
backwards
exactly,
cap and
yeah.
a fucking
I'm-
skateboard.
I'm no narc because I'm the guy surfing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you say heyday. I mean, you talk about this all the time. People always wanting to be like, oh, I wish I was at the dungeon. And it's like, no, you don't. It was a fucking shithole, man. Like, had
Can
a lot
we-
of great
The
shows. but,
floor
like,
was always wet,
it
but
was
from
always
what?
wet.
Like,
It
Wet
rained
or
inside.
sticky?
It rained
well,
inside.
that's true. That.
The urinals
But can
were
we
on
can
the
we
floor.
actually recreate in our fucking body image the times that we had back then? Because I don't necessarily think it's possible, but I think that we can at least spark a generation of new punks. I fucking hope, because otherwise, the resurrection of the dungeon is a fucking dead cause.
Well, the
Fair.
big bonus that the dungeon that had back in the day that I don't think we have in Oshawa right now is the fact that it
Rapists?
was an all ages venue.
Fair
It was
enough.
an all ages venue,
Yes.
yeah,
which we
that's
don't
true.
have. I mean, I don't never.
I really
But
hope
that's,
that
that's
it's
the one
like.
thing that's why there's no punk.
I mean,
scene like we had. Back
Let's
in the day.
face it.
Yeah, we need
The
an
dungeon that
all
we
ages.
knew was not a positive space. It was not a
Sketchy things did
inclusive
happen.
space,
Yeah.
and it was a drug-addled and abused type of space.
What do you think another dungeon's going to be?
That's punk rock, baby.
I
That's
mean,
punk rock.
I definitely think that the next dungeon should be a more inclusive and positive type of space, Which
You know what? That sounds like a dad fucking saying, "I don't
Yeah,
want my
that's-
daughter."
but
going
Why
to a
don't
fucking
why
thing."
don't we play the separation of church
Church
and skate?
Yes.
That's not when did punk rock
All right,
become PG,
good.
man? Like,
Yeah, but there's a difference between like punk rock and like a venue that will openly like give teenagers alcohol and drugs.
That was
Yo,
that was,
hold on,
that was
hold
the
on.
Chameleon.
the dungeon never gave us alcohol.
No,
It
No,
gave
we
us
had-
a
we always
place
had
to
to-
go
they
and drink
gave-
alcohol.
they let us pay for it.
We weren't 15-year-old girls though, so
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I mean, I was.
Speak for
Okay,
yourself, bro.
so yeah, the old
I don't know. I feel like and I don't know anything for sure, but I feel like weird, sketchy things likely went down there.
the old dungeon was
Definitely
was
went
sketchy.
down. Feel like definitely went down there.
Yeah.
The old dungeon was sketchy. The new owners, I guarantee you, no underage drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the underage drinking didn't happen
that wasn't
inside
even-
the dungeon. It happened outside, behind the dungeon.
Well, that's fine.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, I would say there were sketchy dungeon owners over the years.
that could happen
but-
at Eastside Mario's.
Yeah,
Could happen anywhere.
but
yeah.
there were good owners, there were bad owners. But what made the dungeon the place it was what we decided to do.
The
It
old
was never
owner-
inside. Inside, they didn't put up with any shit inside. This is what we were doing outside.
That's true.
The
You know?
old owner, I think, was always outside doing fucking speed.
Well, it depends. Like I said, it depends on which owner you're talking about because it had like 4 or 5 in the time I went.
I remember the guy with
Like, it started with Jim.
glasses.
Oh yeah, that guy
Was
was a
it Jim?
fucking
That
scumbag. No,
Irish
that's not
dude?
Jim. That's not Jim.
Oh,
John.
John.
That's the,
Yeah,
That's the dude who did sketchy shit.
he did sketchy shit. Fucking right.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that wasn't what made the dungeon great to me. Like, I just saw a lot of great shows. We saw a lot of up and coming bands.
When they
mean-
moved the stage.
Yeah, when they moved the stage before, because that Gob show was before they moved the stage.
Yeah, I like the stage back when it was on the back wall there.
I didn't really mind. Both spots were fine, but there was a lot of great shows there. Like,
Yeah.
this is good times, you know. It's good times at that place all the time. And it's not legendary because of the drugs and the drinking.
Do you think it was like a state of mind that we were in as youths that sort of created that magic?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
If you were to show me that place now, like I'd probably still go to shows, but I would be like, I would question why the walls were sweating, and I would question like all the things that I never questioned before.
I question why
yeah.
I'm not at home on my couch.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, that's where I like to be now.
Where would you rather be?
On my couch.
Playing a show.
On my couch. I'm just saying it right.
This is The Separation of Church and State by NoFX.
There we go.
Hey, kids.
Hey, Dad.
What do you want to do today?
We don't know.
Do you want to go to the matinee?
No.
Do you want to go to the amusement park?
No.
Do you want to go to the punk rock show?
Yeah, let's go to the punk rock show.
Lost in a sea of combat
punk rock becomes so safe? I know it wasn't Dwayne or Fletcher who put up the barricades like a stake in the heart. Somehow we got drifted apart. I want conflict, I want dissent. I want the scene to represent our hatred of authority. I fight against complacency. Stop singing songs about growth and love. You kill the now, you bring the death. Confrontation and politics. Replace with harmony and stick. The discourse won't become so sick. These fucking fans all sound the same. We want our fights, we want our thoughts. We want our birds, we want our drugs. There is no violent empathy. These fucking record rating cheap. When did punk rock become so safe?
And if you sit in it, you might get lit on fire.
Actually,
It's just a constraint of the actual chair itself. Nothing to do with Shane's desire to sit in the chair, but it belongs
Why?
to my wife.
oh, okay.
She doesn't want him in there either.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm joking. That is,
She's
no,
like,
it doesn't.
get away from my chair.
Then we were out for fucking, like, I had a bunch of money one day and I was just like, let me buy you a chaise lounge. I think it would be great. And she's like, yeah, I would love that. And all of a sudden, like, we buy it and there's fucking 27 stains on it, and Shane's the only one comfortable enough to fucking sit in it.
It's funny. It's funny too because we have our couch has a chaise lounge or whatever.
Yep.
I'm like, no, it's a Shane's lounge.
This is Shane's lounge.
It's a
Please
Shane's
move.
lounge. This is not a Shane's lounge. This is a Shane. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, finally you have a joke. Oh, okay. Well, we got about 30 minutes left of actual runtime. Tell me some stories from the road, boys, because I know you guys have toured with some, pretty high ticket bands, and you've been a high ticket band. Give me some, Red M&M stories.
Number one, I'm totally flattered that you think this highly of us. Here's a great story. Just a second. I'm a bit parched. I needed some water.
There you are.
One of the just before we broke up, this we're kind of going downhill. I guess things are getting a little still.
It's the end of the
We
night.
are playing Windsor.
Oh, my hometown.
And at the
Horribly enough.
And at the time, so like Windsor, right? Windsor's like a bunch of fucking barbecue places.
Yep.
On top of barbecue places, on top of more barbecue places.
Yeah, it's a hole.
So we're there.
It's basically
time-
just North
at-
Detroit.
At the time, Warren's dating this girl who's, I can't remember if she was vegan or vegetarian, right?
So you're not really getting along in a barbecue joint on top of it.
we're not, like, we've had a terrible sleep. We're not having a great time. I'm fucking hungry, and this girl is like, I don't want Mexican food today. Let's not have Mexican food. We must have walked around Windsor for 2 fucking hours discovering that all it is barbecue restaurants to only end up
we're
at
not
this
as
Mexican...
progressive enough to get.
And we ended up
yeah.
at this Mexican place that we parked in front of that served us probably the best bean burrito I've ever had in my life with
Awesome.
a great cup of coffee.
Decent.
Oh wow.
I mean,
But that's really the
a
story.
bean
though. It's
burrito.
just like-
That's a fucking punk rock enema right there. That's a bean burrito with a cup of coffee.
It was so good, but I think the only thing that made it like that good was the fact that I had to walk around Windsor for 2 hours, constantly discovering that the only fucking types of restaurants there were other barbecue restaurants, and I was just like, I fucking hate the fact that you're here and we could have had this fucking burrito in the
I
first
wasn't in the
place.
band at this point, so
You know, it's funny because my son Finley, we went to swimming lessons and we had my mom come out too. We just pick up McDonald's on the way home, and my mom's a vegetarian. She gets a Big Mac with no meat.
That's a good sandwich, though. The sauce and the lettuce.
Sauce and the lettuce.
I mean,
Three
sure.
buns.
You're paying for buns and fucking sauce.
I went to Windsor a couple weeks ago to go and see the Tea Party
Why?
with the because I'm from there with the International Symphony Orchestra, and as a musician, this was a really cool show.
Okay,
to see.
that might be worth seeing. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was rad.
Green Day playing?
No. Unfortunately, USS opened up, and it was even worse.
Ew.
But I went there by myself. I just drove there.
What?
And I came, I watched the show, and I stayed in the hotel. And like, I was so depressed from Windsor that I didn't even go to the fucking strip club afterwards. I just went fucking got a Johnny Burger and went to bed.
What's a Johnny Burger?
It's a Windsor thing.
Oh, I thought.
But is it a
like,
place?
I thought it was
or
an
is it
actual
named
burger
after
just for
like-
you.
Yeah.
There's
I
a,
went and got a Johnny Burger.
There's a Johnny's. There's a Johnny's Burger joint in Scarborough.
Oh, really?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
plenty of Johnny. Yeah, no, it was a no. I went to the Rocket Burger or whatever in the casino. But the casino was less depressing than the strip club to me at that date.
Losing money or
No, I mean, I was just tired. Fucking road worn.
Dude, Windsor will take it out of you.
Windsor will
Windsor
fucking take it out of you.
And what's even more depressing, you look across the river and then there's Detroit.
Yeah, no, it's so much worse.
It's lose-lose, right?
You know what? They wanted to upgrade me to like a Riverview, and I was like, no.
Please don't. Please.
Well, was it
Don't-
a free upgrade?
I wa-
We'll give you this free upgrade for a Riverview.
They were going
Nah.
to credit me money, and I was like, no, I'm
can
good
I-
with the accessible suite.
can I
Face me towards the fucking
Yeah.
city.
can I upgrade to a room with no windows?
Yeah.
Just put me in the basement.
No, the only suite they had left was an accessible suite. So I had to have a shower.
That's,
This
you know, that's
fucking big.
basically the same I felt when the last time I was in Niagara Falls. I
Yeah.
was like, why did I pay to stay in this fucking
Oh.
shithole?
You know what?
It's bad.
Casino suites are actually pretty cheap, though. So that was pretty cool. But, the show was like $140.
Was the show in the casino?
Yeah.
I will say this for all people listening: if you haven't experienced a show in a casino theaters are fucking great for
They're
sound.
decent.
So
I gotta
good
say.
for sound. It's
I got to say.
as a
it was
musician,
decent.
like I saw STP up at Casino Rama,
Wow.
and
I've
I
never
have
been to Rama for a show.
I have never been to a better sounding concert
Really?
in my life. It was so good.
Were you wearing
Like-
earplugs?
No, I wasn't wearing earplugs. I could
only
talk to
Johnny
my
does.
buddy. I could talk to my buddy beside me, and everything was
that's-
perfectly audible.
that's
Like I
great.
couldn't believe how good. And I got these tickets for free from somebody who was like, "If you just drive me to the casino,
Would you have
I'll
paid for those
gamble."
tickets?
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah?
I'd
Good.
pay for them
Because-
double. They are so good. It was great.
I've been making fun of bands because Offspring, Weezer, they've been playing like Casino Rama and stuff.
Guaranteed money,
Yeah.
man. They just get
Yeah.
paid and they show up and play.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
Yeah.
who's there.
But it's like, why are you playing casinos?
Money.
Yeah.
It's like,
Why do you go to work?
There's
That's like-
there's money in
but
casinos.
it's like,
Meh.
that's where old folks go.
Get newsflash.
Like, are
we're,
you?
we're old
We're
folks.
old folks. Newsflash.
I'm
We're
not
old
there
folks,
yet.
man.
Is there a pit?
This is called. What is this called?
The punk rock dadcast.
The punk rock.
Is there a pit?
We might be dads, but we're still young. Actually,
No,
Shane's
you're
the
not.
oldest
No,
amongst
you're
us.
not. You're
How old-
not young. Face it.
How old is Shane?
42.
42,
Okay.
John,
Yeah.
how old are you?
36.
So you're the youngest.
Are you older than me?
Yeah.
You both older than me?
I'm 40.
You fucking old
38.
bastards.
Yo, want to hear? Okay, here's a good story. So
Let's have it. I need one of those right now.
it involves you. It involves Johnny.
I'm gonna sit back.
So okay, so today my mom was talking about having like some kind of like work done at the house. I'm like, oh, I'll mention it to my buddy. He does contracting.
Yep.
And she was like, well, is he like a licensed electrician? I'm like, he has a big truck. And she just like looked at me. I'm like, he has a really big truck. And my dad was just like looking at me like laughing.
That's the guy. Yeah, for sure.
And then my mom's like, I think I want someone who's licensed. And I'm like, Johnny's licensed.
I actually I don't do any work at all.
What?
No, I'm just a coordinator.
Shut up, eh?
Yeah, no, I hire electricians, I hire licensed electricians, and I hire other people who will do the work. But like I'm
you're
basically
the middleman essentially.
I'm the top man, but I'm also the middleman.
Top man. Okay.
Boring. This is about punk rock, guys.
Yeah, I know. We somehow
I just wanted to say that.
this is the advertising segment of the show.
Does he have? Does he have a license? I don't know. If
I
he's
have a
licensed, but he has
driver's
giant-
license.
He has a giant truck.
I'll tell you.
You know what? That truck gets me more sales than like any fucking salesman.
Probably.
I mean, guy shows up with a big ass truck.
He must know what he's doing.
I'm gonna give him some work.
Yeah. Add a trailer on, and then you're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's some tools in
He
here.
must be doing something, right?
But
He's got
yes.
a truck and a trailer.
Answer to your question: everyone he uses is licensed.
Fair.
Yes. I do have a licensed electrician.
I'll let mom know.
Cool. What do they need done?
Oh, just
Yo, talk about this after the podcast.
yeah.
We can edit it out.
This is boring. This is
Come
boring.
here
We'll
to
talk about this after.
Rich's mom's contracting needs.
Yeah.
EJPcontracting.com. All right. Does anybody want a drink?
Yeah, I'll take another drink.
Yeah, I'll take
I'm
another
good.
drink.
What would you like? You want to do another Jaeger bomb, guys?
Yeah. I'm getting
This show is sponsored by
By the
wife's
keg of
Jaeger bomb
Jagger.
machine?
Yeah.
by my wife, who
hey,
lets me do this
hey,
in her basement.
Hey, can you oh fuck. What music do you play off of?
Anywhere, wherever.
Because we were talking earlier about what introduced us into punk rock, and I wanted to play Rusty.
Okay.
Do we do that while we have a drink?
Yeah.
Okay. Rusty.
Give me some Rusty.
Song called Punk.
Is this a song that got you into punk? Song
Yeah,
called
well,
Punk?
the whole album got me into
No,
punk.
just the song specifically.
But this song's this song's super fucking rad.
Sick. Rusty does have rad tunes, yeah, for sure.
I think they're from Toronto too.
Yeah, they're local.
Yeah, yeah.
Punk.
What are you currently spinning?
Well, I laughed because my mix list today, and actually for the last fucking 3 days, it's probably been Marty Freeman's Tokyo Jukebox 3. I don't know if you ever listened to Marty Freeman. He used to be guitar player in Megadeth,
Okay.
mixed with a David Bowie best of playlist.
Here's some Green
That
Day.
was this week. That was this week. Rich, what have you been listening to?
So what have I been?
Do you play records at your house?
Yes, I have.
You guys are record people?
Yeah.
I totally love
I love
how
records.
crisp it sounds when I tell people I play vinyl.
What are
Is
some
it
of
as
the?
crisp as how we sound in this podcast?
Yeah, I hope so. You gonna put this on vinyl?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Probably.
I'm gonna release
12
each
I
of
think
these.
12
I'm
disc
gonna fucking
set.
just, once I'm a millionaire, I'm just gonna spend fucking $2,000 a week re-releasing this shit on vinyl.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Rich, what are you listening to?
Trying to think of some of the last records.
When each
I've
of you
bought.
die, I'm gonna press your ashes into vinyl
Sick.
and put part of you.
Vinyl. That's a thing you can do. That's a
Yeah, I
thing.
know. This is actually something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get yourself
Yeah,
pressed into a
yeah.
record.
Does
Yeah.
it play music?
Yes.
No,
Or something
Rich,
that
it's
you.
just a fucking vinyl
Or
disc.
something that
But,
you.
like,
Yeah,
what
it's
does
just
it
good. No, it's
play?
just dead space of vinyl.
Like
No, I'm gonna
Whatever
like.
you want it to play.
Yeah. Unfortunately, people are gonna have to listen to my music.
Green
And
Day?
no. My band. Fuck. I think we're gonna have to pay them royalties for how much you guys mentioned them this week. Jesus.
We don't play any of their music. We don't know them shit.
We just talked about them. Even the
Okay, I know we've joked a lot about Green Day, but do you know a band called Longshot?
Yeah.
Yes, I have them on my list. I
course.
just sent Johnny a link for Long Shot.
I'm being a dick. I'm sorry.
song?
It's just because.
I know.
Okay, but no. What am I recently? I'm trying to think of like my most recent albums I've gotten. For Valentine's Day, I got the new Taylor Swift album from my girlfriend.
That is.
So I like that.
I'm just gonna say excellent.
The Pup album, the newest. What's it called? The
The Unraveling.
yeah,
of
the
band.
the unraveling of Pup the
Fantastic
band.
record. If you haven't listened to that yet, fantastic.
Yeah, for a while, I wasn't on the whole Pup train. I was like, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
But that album made me get it to the point where like I'll go back and listen to like some of their previous stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get it.
See,
Okay, so explain to me
this
because
is the formula that I'm trying to figure out. What made you go back and listen to their previous stuff?
Yeah.
and let me understand this
Yeah.
too, because there's a lot of people on this Pup train,
Yeah.
and I don't get it either.
I was on I was on the same car as you for a while, on the same
Yeah.
train car, right? For the longest time I'm like, this just sounds like a whole bunch of feedback and noise and I don't understand. But like I feel like their new album, like The Unraveling of Pup the Band, or is that what it's called?
That's what it's
Yeah.
called, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more like musicianship and it's more like structure. It's not just like a wall of sound.
I actually think so. I think they've completely disowned their first record as like something they did, and Morbid Stuff and Pup, The Unraveling of Pup the Band, are two solid records. Have you ever heard of Jeff Rosenstock, who used to be in Bomb the Music Industry?
no.
Okay, well, another two good bands to listen to: Bomb the Music Industry,
Okay.
and Jeff Rosenstock, who was the singer of that band, singer guitar player. He does solo stuff now. Great fucking artist. I connected to his music a few years ago while I was in Montreal. I saw him play live at a Pooza Fest, and ever since I've been hooked. Then this last Pup album definitely sounds like it's been influenced a lot. So I instantly got hooked to that, and then went back and listened to Morbid Stuff, and Morbid Stuff is really good. I think that's the better record out of the two.
You think Morbid Stuff's
So
better?
yeah, if
Yeah,
you're looking
right,
for
eh?
something new to listen to, check out those two records. for sure.
Because I remember Barry, Chase the Glory.
Yeah.
He had Pup come by his shop and they were doing like
Oh, fuck, sick.
autograph sessions
Okay.
and stuff like that.
Man, I should really do like
And
a
I-
pop up. Like, I could record there.
Yeah, but I
definitely
remember trying to get into Pup back then, and I just
Same.
couldn't.
I think
I
the
couldn't
first
do it.
tried
record
so
wasn't-
hard.
The first record I don't connect with so much, but like
a lot of what was in the Unraveling. Like, I guess.
Check out check out that album, and also
and now with them playing with Alexis on Fire,
I'm
like
pumped for that show.
Yeah.
Also, the cover art on the Unraveling of Pup the Band is just like
It's crazy good.
the sickest
Crazy.
cover art. Like every time I look at it, I feel like I see something new.
Reminder
like,
to post this.
If you
later.
look at
And
it,
yeah.
what pop
you-
song could we identify with our audience and play for you today?
Matilda's a really good song. I think.
Matilda's good. Also, what's the one off of Morbid Stuff is another good one too, off of the album Morbid Stuff. So
yeah, that's the opening song. On
Yeah.
Morbid Stuff, right?
so
Fucking-
Morbid Stuff is a good one. Matilda is a good one. Yeah, I would say Morbid Stuff is a band that even before
No,
I
Pop
didn't
is a band.
quite.
Pop is a band. Morbid Stuff. It's the record.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Pop is a band.
Wait, what?
Morbid Stuff is the record.
Yeah. But I feel like even before I really got into pop, I liked the song Morbid Stuff. It was good.
Yeah, I have kids as
I got Matilda up
It's-
here.
All right.
Matilda's
Sick.
a great song. It's
cool.
a
So
good song about a guitar. A guy like, abandoning his first guitar. But when you listen to the lyrics, it obviously could be more than that.
Andy,
But
I think you and I could go on about
abandoning guitars.
not just abandoning it,
children's.
about our love for actual guitars and like.
We
Fuck.
could have a whole other podcast just about guitars.
You guys could for sure.
Oh man, like
But I kind of hate talking about them because I work with them all the time.
I
so
know.
I just don't.
well, when you do what you love, you don't work a day in your life, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't work with guitars, but I love them, and I don't know. I feel like you and me could talk for fucking days
Yeah,
if you were ever willing about that kind of stuff. This looks like a good song.
Yeah.
That,
Wait, hold
there's
on.
a-
Before we get into it, though, Shane, what are you listening to? What are you spinning?
No, I was just looking. This is off their latest album.
No, but what are you spinning? What have you been listening to, though?
What have I been listening
Yeah.
to?
His kid screaming in his back of his fucking head.
I'm gonna be completely honest right now. The
Yeah.
last few days, it's been a lot of Billy Talent
Yes.
and
Yeah, okay.
a lot of Blamethrower.
Yeah,
Okay.
Flamethrower, eh? Oh, shit. Maybe
that's my band, guys.
I know.
Green Day?
No.
I'm kidding.
Home and Heartache, and the second last track on your album.
that new...
Beautiful.
Beautiful?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I seen you post about that about 3 times when you're drunk.
probably.
That
It was beautiful.
are you listening to the new Billy Talent record?
Yeah.
That one song.
It's a good record.
Shit. Let me-
Unforgiven 1 and 2.
With
We're not talking about
with
Metallica.
Weezer, with the Weezer guy.
The Wolf. Oh, yeah, that one too.
What is the song?
Did you guys know that I met Billy Talent and I'm in one of their music videos?
I did not know that. What video are you in?
That's an
Nothing
episode.
to lose.
That's in episode 3. You'll have to listen.
Yeah, yeah. You're gonna have to check out
all
all my actual punk rock stories.
Yeah.
Start and
Great
end in
fucking
episode 3.
Start and end in episode 3.
You want
Alright.
to hear a good Billy Talent story?
Yeah,
I'll tell you
Oh,
one.
this is a good one. I
This is
already
a
know
good
what he's
one.
gonna talk.
let's have it.
So, as I mentioned earlier, I got a chance to work with Dave. I know Dave Brownsound from Sun 41. Name dropping.
So
like
Dave
no
is
tomorrow.
not Ian. You know that, right?
Not correct.
Yeah.
Most
I'm
people,
s-
some people don't
so-
realize
so
that though.
I'm at.
Every
I'm
good
at-
punk rock band has
Oh,
a brown guy.
Listen. Yes. So I'm sitting there. I've just played a show at the Bovine in Toronto, and Ian's there, and I'm like, I've been getting into Billy Talent because that guy plays some sick, riffs,
Amazing guitar
right?
player,
Some
yeah.
good guitar. That guy uses everything at his disposal.
Absolutely.
He plays it so well.
Yeah.
So he's walking around the Bovine, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I gotta get a chance to just say hi to this guy and tell him I'm digging his guitar playing. So I'm sitting at the merch booth trying to sell shit. This guy comes up to me. He starts talking to me. This guy hunts me down all the time and talks to me like, and I have no fucking clue who he is, but he's talking to me.
And finally, Ian's walking by, and I'm about to stop and try to talk to Ian. And as I'm doing that, this guy who's always like stalking me is like, "Brown sound," and Ian just looks at him and shakes his head and
You
walks
fucking
away.
idiot.
And he turns and is
Right?
like, "Hey man, don't you know Brown sound?" And I'm like, "Yes," and that wasn't
Oh
him.
my gosh. Right?
And I
Like,
totally missed that opportunity to just be like, "Yo, dude."
I can't
like,
wait for the day
listen
that
to all this
I'm
shit.
confused with one of either of those guys. Because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
will one day.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised that I didn't get a lot more when we had that picture with him the other day. I guess I'm not that brown.
Who did you have a picture with?
Well, we went to the Black Caddyshack. Black
okay,
Caddyshack.
cool, yeah, yeah.
Black Caddyshack. The Black
Black-
Cat Attack
the one in
show.
Ajax?
Caddyshack
Yeah,
show.
in
That was like
December
nine
9th, I think,
weeks
yeah.
ago.
Did you guys hear that
Yesterday.
night? Did you guys
Like
hear that?
13 weeks ago.
Did you guys hear that night that
Yeah.
Green Day played?
no, Green Day did play, but
I'm just gonna
Um,
pass out right here.
the city of Ajax was
It's getting
so
embarrassing. now.
like the city of Ajax was so excited for the Black Cat Attack return that they held a parade.
Threw a
that
parade?
night. Yeah.
What?
Wasn't that wild?
was that what that was about?
Was it?
I heard there was a parade.
Yeah, yeah,
We-
yeah, yeah.
I
yeah.
watched the video of that. They were like, "This is a parade. What the fuck is this? I would expect this in Oshawa." Yeah, you were
Val-
there at that show.
Val tried to tell Brian that it had to do with like being around Christmas time. Brian wouldn't listen to it. Brian's like, "No, this parade's for us."
Yeah, yeah. I would expect this in Oshawa. But a random parade on a weeknight after dark in Ajax? I don't know. I'd be afraid to get stabbed.
With Santa?
Yeah. I don't know. No, that was great. Yeah, you were at that show.
It was a good time, right?
You and Warren.
So
and
why the fuck didn't you introduce me?
To, I'm pretty sure I did. You were just wasted.
Have you met this guy? He doesn't do any of that. He
I
doesn't
don't-
do
I
that.
don't-
I'm pretty
I was
sure-
sober
I'm
that
pretty
night.
sure
I
his
don't-
wife came down earlier and introduced herself to us.
I don't think I
Hi,
was.
I'm
I don't
Johnny's
think I
wife.
was wasted at a BYOB.
Yeah, you were.
Wasted it. That's the only time you get wasted because you
Also-
can bring your own booze.
Also,
This is
to
why
be
you listen to
fair-
these for the 3 hours after you go home.
Also, to
Because
be
you don't
fair,
remember
though,
them as we're doing them.
That show was packed. Like
That was-
It was
show-
packed.
There was like 75 people at that show.
How I didn't get COVID in there, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because
Because Brian did.
Brian did. Brian gave me several kisses and was singing 1 foot from my face.
Yeah, yeah. I was off to the right with my earplugs.
Yeah.
Great show, but I still wear earplugs because I'm.
I got
I usually do too.
You're a
I
dad
I'm a dad
Your dad, you need your hearing for
I-
your screaming kids.
I need to hear what? That's me at a show now.
I got wicked video too.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
that show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
a good time.
that's one of our first podcasts actually that we did together.
Punkrockdadcast.com.
We ran into content so early that we had to go to a show.
Wait, you guys did a podcast about that show? Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
that was nice.
What a-
Episode 1.
Was that
one?
episode 1?
Yeah.
We were so inspired by that show that
It
we
made
started
you start
a podcast.
That's pretty sick.
No, you know what? We've been. Actually, Shane and I only met like 9 months ago.
Really?
Yeah. May of last year.
So coming up on a year.
So like, I mean, I know it seems like we've been best friends forever, but we actually just met.
But we
have a lot in
crossed
common.
many
Yeah,
times,
we probably
yeah.
Again.
cross paths a bunch.
So many shows that we probably all were
I
at,
know,
right?
yeah, that we were all definitely at. And,
Shane, do you play like any instruments? Do you
Yeah.
sing? Do you What do you?
I played guitar for a long time and I sucked at it, so I switched to bass.
Were you in any? Were you in any bands?
Yeah, buddy.
What bands were you in?
I was in a band called Lunchbox Superhero.
Okay.
We had our first show lined up, and then I was in a bad car accident
Sorry to hear that.
with my lead guitarist
Yeah.
in Niagara Falls,
Fuck.
Niagara on the Lake.
Okay.
Actually, I had that on my list because I wanted to play that song.
What song?
Niagara on the Lake.
No,
Is that what it's called?
Understand
American Idiot?
Understand
It's called
Understand a Car Crash by Thursday.
Oh, that's a great
Oh,
song.
that is a
I
good
like
one.
that song.
Yeah. Johnny, you want to cue that
Yeah,
up?
I will.
No, wait. Play Matilda first.
So
Yeah, we
got
didn't
a
do
song-
that.
We
okay.
got a song queued
Yeah.
up.
Oh yeah,
We've been
right,
talking about
right,
this
right,
song
right,
for like
right.
the last like 30
So
minutes.
I'll just tell this story real quick because
Yeah.
anyway, I was
don't,
living
no. Okay.
I was living in St. Catharines with an ex.
Was it Nikki?
Come on, it's part of my past.
It's okay, bro. It's okay.
I'm not allowed to bring up mine, so you go ahead and bring up yours.
Okay, so there was 5 of us in this black Sunfire, and I don't know if you guys know about the Screaming Tunnels.
No.
The Screaming
Oh,
Tunnel.
is it like with train tracks in it?
There's train tracks.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
top,
yeah. I know what you're talking
Right?
about. Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So we were all being goofy. And
What is it? What is it? I don't know
It's-
what it is.
It's haunted.
Yeah,
Apparently.
haunted tunnels. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to go.
I mean, right? Let's fucking you know
Right?
what?
So
Hey, boys trip. Let's go.
So we
Right
were all absolutely 100% sober, and we thought it'd be funny to go through the drive-through and order one Timbit just for fun.
I mean,
Which is funny because we do that now for Finley just to give them
Largely,
one.
that is quite funny, but mostly
But-
we do that for dogs.
Yeah, but anyway, we're heading down. We're going en route. We're actually listening to H2O, Faster Than the World. And we actually fly over the road where the train tracks are that lead to the Screaming Tunnel. And it ramps up, old concession road. And we fly off like $120. We get like 7 feet of air.
shut up. What?
Fucking nosedive. Lose control. We're spinning. All I'm seeing is trees, road, trees, road.
Yo.
All of a sudden, we're on the grass. We hit a big landscape boulder. Fucking rolled our car like 7 times. The 3 of us, me, my ex, and my guitarist, not wearing seatbelts in the back seat.
I've always been concerned about how fucked up you are, and like
How
every
I
week,
survive?
every week I'm just it's a little bit more explaining of
I know, right?
why you
The
are the
unraveling of Sean or Shane.
And-
sorry, unraveling of
And
Shane.
so the car rolls like 7 times, lands on its side. My guitarist is on the roadside window, and the window's smashed, and his face is bleeding, and I see a pool of blood. And my ex, I mean, she's like 90 pounds soaking wet, pushes the door open somehow, and you know how much they weigh when, they're not.
Gravity. Yeah.
She somehow gets out. I somehow get out. I pull my buddy out. Sit him down in front of the headlights. I don't know why that stupid bitch of a driver. I didn't really know her. Was going so fast. She left the car running. You can hear all the fluids running out. Fucking thought the car was gonna blow up. Next thing you know, there's like fucking 7 fucking fire trucks and ambulances and cop cars and everything like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, they took my buddy away in ambulance, and they took the rest of us away in cop cars to the hospital. So me and my ex rode in the back of a cop car just because we weren't too badly injured, just to get checked out. And everything was fine, but my buddy Jamie, he had to see a plastic surgeon to reconstruct his face.
Wow.
So that was the end of our band.
He's never been better looking.
We never got to play our first show.
Wait, so
Yo, I'm just like, yo, shit got shitty and we decided to break up. We're like, yo, we had a fucking car accident and never even got to the first show.
So that's why I wanted to play Thursday.
Yeah, fuck it. Okay, yeah.
Definitely
We still
can.
got
Let's do
pop.
both. We could do both.
Cue it up.
Let's do pop
Oh.
on Thursday. Let's do
All right.
it.
We already played.
No, we didn't.
We didn't play pop yet.
We're gonna play pop.
Oh yeah,
Matilda
sorry.
by
From
Pop,
Yeah,
beginning.
right.
and then
right.
and then we're gonna immediately play Thursday.
All right.
Immediately
Car
play
car wreck, something like that.
My band
Understanding
ended
in a
because we were in a car crash.
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that.
And
what
the-
we call the song.
Understanding
now.
Oh my God,
Car
we've
crash.
had fucking Andy's band queued up for like the last like 45
We
minutes.
played
with
that.
shits
We
and
played
fucking.
that.
We didn't. No, we didn't.
What, the Mad Murdochs?
Did
Yeah,
we?
we played Mad
We
Murdoch.
did.
Yeah,
do
we
that.
did. It's
Yeah.
just spinning.
Johnny, how much have you had to drink? I'm sure I've had more than you. What the fuck happened here?
I had a lot before you got here.
Oh shit. Okay.
Explainable.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna play pop, and then
You're gonna fall in love with this band.
Just like the kids, I've been navigating my way through the mind-numbing reality of a godless existence, which at this point in my hollow and vapid life has erased what little ambition I've got left. And I've embraced the calamity with an attachment and a passing disinterest. Living at the back of my '97 Camry, wondering how the hell I got myself into this. I guess it doesn't matter anyway. I don't care about nothing but you. I guess it doesn't matter anyway. 'Cause I don't care about nothing. I don't care about nothing but you. No, I don't care about nothing. She said I'm sick of you. Your little games are getting old. Your little songs are getting way too literal. How about some goddamn subtlety for a change? She said I feel like I'm coma tethered in a room without walls. I'm drifting on a dark and empty sea of nothing. If nothing feels bad, it feels like nothing at all. I guess it doesn't matter anyway. I don't care about nothing but you. I guess it doesn't matter anyway. 'Cause I don't care about nothing. And I ain't maxed out. Nothing's working, everything's bleeding. I should have tapped out, given my demons It's alright, it's just a flesh wound. You said you never saw it coming. I'm pretty happy lying here with you. It's pretty good to feel something. I don't care about nothing but you. No, I don't care about nothing. I don't care about nothing but you. No, I don't care about nothing. And I had maxed out. I had a feeling, nothing is working, and everything's bleeding. I should have tapped out, given my demons I had maxed out. Nothing is working, and everything's bleeding.
Well, boys, thank you for coming out.
It's been fun.
Oh, Shane, you forgot to drink that liquor,
Yeah, I know. I will.
and you forgot to thank these boys for coming all the way out here and giving you a lift.
So
Yeah, anytime we can come to a podcast where we pick up the hosts, just give us a call. We'll be there.
Say something.
Something profound to end off this podcast.
Well, when Robbie was on our show, he told me we're not allowed to smoke on the front porch.
All right.
So I went down to the curb And I sat on the curb,
Who's Robbie?
and now my ass is wet,
He's a buddy of mine.
so I don't want to sit on your wife's chair.
I didn't let Robbie smoke near my house, but you're good. Yeah, whatever.
All right, cool. What are we signing off with?
A note to say love to everyone. I don't know. This is always the weird part. We can always have like a nice conversation throughout the fucking evening, and then when it comes time to introduce or like sign off, we're just like, yeah, Beavis and Butthead. Oh shit!
Yeah. You do that to every fourth guest.
So one thing that I can definitely say,
Thank you.
if Johnny and Shane invite you to come on their podcast,
Do it.
come, because it's a good time.
And they'll give you lots of alcohol.
They'll get you drunk. I'm not. I'm pretty confident in my driving abilities, but
Get rich to
Andy,
drive.
Andy right now,
Thank you for not drinking and driving.
no problem.
I have no license, so I'm good.
There you go. And yeah, it's just a fun time. Johnny's basement's a pretty cool place. It's much like what I would picture my future basement looking like one day, hopefully.
Children,
EJP contractor.
if you ever want to not own a house and just have a fucking wicked rad basement, do what I did, and don't listen to your wife. Here's the theme song.